Well, I mean, I guess I have a beard, but I don't have a beard to put on. Not this time, anyway. Okay.
That's too funny.
I gotta go to your stream and see how you set yourself up, Oliver, because I got you too far to the right to be normal. Hey. No, please. All right, let's see.
Mate.
Oh, are you not up yet?
Okay.
I think it opened up.
Oh, there it is. No, that's an old one. All right. Well, I'm lurking. I'm ready when you are. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Oh man.
Oh,
So
nice beard,
good.
bro.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. I love it. How itchy is it?
It's not really so itchy. It's just it's so tight on my head.
Oh no. Let's see. Let's fix this. Chat's.
Are you gonna wear it the whole time?
Oh yeah.
That's dedication.
Okay.
That's
Let me
dedication.
get Dave and Brew streams up as well then.
Okay. All right, Oliver. Yours looks pretty good. I see what you had to do though. You just had to put yourself right up over the thing.
Yeah.
For yours, I might have to move it down then. Yeah, we'll as we like figure out who likes to sit where, I can fiddle with that. Like I said, I saved the
Check out the beard on her.
check out the beard on that one. Oh, that's so good.
Oh my. You're right, Dave. Here we go.
It's so good. Oh man, I love it.
Were you live?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
sorry. Oliver.
Yeah, I
and
thought you were
are
still
both live.
hosting.
I'm live. I'm just resubbing to you, Dave. Happy birthday, bro.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm not allowed to watch Dave's because there's stuff on there that he has that I'm not allowed to see.
You can pull it up, just not mute it.
Believe me, you're all good. There's no secrets on this side of the screen that you'll see.
Okay, because watching Oliver's, I know that there's stuff that he puts out that he's like, okay, they can't see this.
Sure. So
And it's usually when he's putting all the really bad dudes, like the big bad dudes all around them, and says, okay, now when they walk in there, look what they're gonna see. I'm like,
right.
oh, man.
So yeah, I don't do a lot with the I don't do a lot.
Dave,
with,
you just resubbed on me as well. Nice,
did.
bro.
I did.
That's
Yes.
It's a double happy anniversary, mate. Nice.
I don't do much with the GM layers, and my notes for the game are not stored in Roll20. I store them in Evernote, actually. So yeah, no secrets to accidentally give away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do appreciate it though. Thank you.
It takes the fun out of it if I know it's coming.
Thank you, Daniel Darkfruits, for wishing me happy birthday. Brutally honest. Thank you so much for subscribing to the Electric Dice podcast. Oh my goodness. Now we spam the long boys. So I gotta get the map up there.
So, right, bear with me, guys. I've got push to talk on, so when I'm talking to you guys, I can keep it separate. But, Brew, you look so fucking sick of that beard, man.
It's great. Oh my goodness. I love it. Crap. What did I use before? Was it window? Was it browser? No, it wasn't that. Crap. All right. We got everybody up and live yet, or Brew, you still working on it?
Now we are all up.
Oh, we're all up. Okay. Well, then I'll put
Okay, let me get that open.
What's that?
Opening up that stream.
Oh, yeah. I got to do the same. Okay, so cool. We definitely...
You guys have a multi-link going?
Not currently.
no.
We have...
Goof, do you know how to do that?
What's that?
I can get one more.
Okay.
Do.
Let's get the map in here. Get the map. I gotta get the dice.
Am I able to post links in your chat, or am I gonna get banned?
No, you can post them in mine. Easy peasy.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
post
yeah,
that
if you've
in the
got it
chat.
ready, go ahead.
All right, there's the multi.
So what does that do? I've never
It'll
seen
pull up
You
all
can see
three of
all
our
the screens
screens in one
side by
window.
side.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I've never used that before. That'll be good. Yeah, we can definitely tweak this overlay. I just kind of like put what I could figure out on it in the moment. Been fighting against time. All right, let's see how this works. I've never clicked this blasted thing before.
Man, that beard is so cool. I can't believe it.
Does it default as muted, or are we going to start talking all of a sudden?
For what?
The multi-link.
Oh,
Oh, I don't recognize these
I
people.
don't know. Oh, wait, what?
When I clicked it, it just pulled up a bunch of names I don't know.
Sorry, that was the wrong.
And Captain.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it, and it's your other friends, Brew.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Might be.
Oh yeah, Bruce was okay. It was Oliver's that got messed up.
That's funny.
There you go. There you go.
Yo, what up, Riley? How are you? This is the slow part of the
That's
stream,
the
that's
one.
for sure.
Thanks, Brew.
The. Yo, it's so itchy, dirty beggar. So itchy right now because it's so tight.
Oh my god. Okay, all right. So we're still running through our. Oh, thank you. We're still running through some of our technical setup and whatnot. Doing real well. This is a second edition D&D collab between a whole mess of people. So we've got Oliver over here, we got Brutally Honest over here, we got Goophin over here, we got me, Dave over here, and it's just going to be a wild ride, I can tell you that much right now. So if y'all want to take a second, we can go around the table, so to speak, and do a little more detail than what I just said.
Yo, so I'm just finishing my last technical thing. I was just getting the multi-link up. Looks good, eh?
Goophin, do you want to go first then? Puts you on the spot, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure what to say.
I'm happily go first to get it flowing if you want, Dave. Okay, so...
Sure.
I'll do a special introduction because I want to say, first of all, happy birthday, Dave.
Oh, thank you, man.
Happy birthday,
Appreciate
Dave.
it.
And second of all, thanks so much for agreeing to be the Dungeon Master in this game that I've put together and for agreeing to do second edition, my favourite. I'm really, really, really pleased about that. So, guys on the other Twitch channels, if you do or you don't know me, I'm Oliver. I've put this together and handpicked these players. It all came about when Brew's game she was playing in on Sundays came to an end, and one of Dave's that he had came to an end. I got a light bulb above my head and I put these guys together. It's hopefully going to be a sick game. I am going to play the character I'm going to play in the game is going to be a half-elf bard / fighter, and on the bard side he is a charlatan, which is a very roguish type of character. You will see. He, backstory wise, he is raised by a mother who works far too hard for very little money, with no father around, while mother tells him stories of father being a great adventurer hero. But as he gets older, she tells him stories of being a great adventurer hero, and that's why he's not around. As he gets older, he starts to hear when he drinks in bars and stuff that perhaps it's not the case, and more maybe that his father was just a womanizer that went from town to town and woman to woman. So his mission is to maybe track down this man and maybe try and get some of that child support money for mama, all the while battling his own demons to not become his father. His name is Arix, and like I said, he's a half-elf fighter bard.
Nice. Very good. Cool.
And I'm Goophin. I'm playing the key character of Alicia. She is a human barbarian fighter, and she has a big brother who basically told her she was useless and not worth anything, so she set out to prove him wrong. And she brought along with her Maverick, her dire wolf that she raised from a pup, and Morgan, which is a little pony that she also raised from when he was a foal. We are off to prove the big bad brother wrong.
Absolutely right.
Yes, okay. My character's name is Winifred of the Emerald Seekers clan. She is a bearded female dwarf cleric, and she is a really devout to her god, and also super poor because she can't take anything. So it's gonna be a great adventure. Everybody's gonna get all my loot, and I'm gonna be fine with it for a while. So excited to see everything that's in store, though.
Absolutely. And then for the streams that maybe don't know me super well, my name's Dave. I'm the I don't know, main DM of Electric Dice Podcast. We did second edition for almost 2 years on stream before we gave up and then switched over to fifth edition. Got with the times a little bit, but second edition really has a place in my heart. So when Oliver said, "Hey, I want to do this thing," I was like, "Well, you don't have to tell me twice." As Johnny Five pointed out earlier in my chat, we have a 1-point channel reward that says hashtag bring back second edition. So we finally got there. We finally did it. Oh, am I kind of quiet? Is it coming out of the right one? Does this sound good? Can you hear me okay?
Sound good at my end.
Yeah. So sometimes Discord grabs the wrong one, and then sometimes Streamlabs grabs the wrong one. So I'm wondering if is it giving me the right one? Correct.
I did have to adjust you up when I first heard you talking, but
I can move it a little closer to the face. I can talk a little louder. Enunciate. Okay, as long as it's not pulling off this stupid thing. This stupid webcam one's garbage. I hate it. Sounds okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm a little quieter.
Apparently, you sound good on my stream, Dave. So
it's just my stream's piece of shit. No surprise. So we're gonna swear. We're gonna roll some dice. We're probably gonna drink a lot, and we're gonna fucking get right to it. I know you can talk louder. That's for sure. Okay, so this world, I don't think I actually ever gave it a name, but this is a West Marches style world that we've kind of slowly been developing in little bits and pieces between playing it in second edition and fifth edition. So the players are perhaps returning, or for some of them going to the very first time, to like the ancestral elven homelands. They're known colloquially as the Selayan Isles, because Prince Saleo has been kind of a rising star in like the elven military political scene for a very long time. He is not in charge. He would just like to be. He is held back by 2 different people. And so players may want to write these names down, although I will always happily remind you of them because, it's a whole big world.
I've wrote down Selayan Isle so far. What was the guy's name?
Yeah, so Prince Saleo is the guy who wants to be in charge but is not currently in charge. He's just kind of like the rising star of the political scene. The Prefector Loric, spelled exactly as it sounds, Loric, is actually technically underneath him in the military, but he's like a follower of the old ways kind of thing, and he's been able to keep Prince Saleo's ambitions under control. And then the mysterious Elven Supreme. No one knows exactly who it is. Supposedly it's the longest living elf in society, right? Has also apparently kept Prince Saleo's desires under control, at least for the foreseeable future. Perhaps the players will change that. We cut in on the action. The players are riding a Dwarven Railroad called the Long O towards the Selayan Isles. And I'm happy to hear kind of what the conversation is like. Are you guys, excited? Are you nervous? Goofin, what was your character's name? Alicia. So I'm okay with Maverick being in the either the chairs or the rooms that you guys are in, but we had to stow the pony, right? That's in the animal cart, and so I'm really curious if you're okay with that, or if you're like, this bullshit.
No, I'm okay with the pony, but yeah, Maverick, he's not really good being separated from me, so I don't know. Sometimes sleeping arrangements, I may be with him.
Okay. So this Dwarven Railroad, Dave, is this overground?
No, underground. It comes
underground Dwarven Railroad, steam powered.
Magic, maybe.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
There's definitely some physical components to it. Yeah, there's definitely steam and coal and whatnot. Yeah, so it comes up, and I didn't update the map yet, but it comes up at this farthest island right out here, right? So we can actually notate that right here just to make sure we don't forget. long O. Rail stop. Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna you're underground right now, and then the last little leg of the journey you kind of pop up underneath the ocean, and then you disembark. So if I'm remembering your backstory correctly, RX has never been here, or he hasn't
Nope.
been here in a long time.
Nope, he's never been here.
Okay. Are you? Do you want to be here? Is this a good thing for you, or does this suck?
At the moment, he's very pragmatic. He's a man looking for a man. He's on a hunt to try and find his father, so he's willing to go anywhere at the moment. It's somewhere to start.
Okay, sure. And then I think the conceit of the game probably fits you best of all, Brew. What was your character's name again?
Winifred,
Winifred.
a Winnie.
Or
Winnie.
Winnie. Yeah, Winnie. So the initial pitch that we talked about real briefly, I dropped in the chat, was we changed it to you guys are actually hunting down this like Indiana Jones style artifact collector. This dwarven guy who has this artifact. I'm okay with either one. Does the party want to know what the artifact is, or do you want to be surprised?
I'm curious, definitely.
You want to know now, or you're saying you want to find out?
I mean, my character's curious by nature. He'd probably want to have a look at it. Like if he would want to go sneaking for a look, I think.
Sure. So you think it's more likely that you know what it is, but you just don't have it currently. You need to find this guy. Okay. Is everybody good with that?
Yep.
Because like functionally it doesn't matter, right? It's either you know what it is and you're going after it, or you don't know what it is and you're going after it. Okay.
Maybe it's more fun if we don't know what it is.
I can do either.
It's up to you.
I don't care. I'll flip a coin. It's no different for the story. You're still gonna, when I tell you what it is, you're gonna want it.
Oh,
It's an artifact, isn't that a given?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we won't say. We'll keep it a secret. But Winnie, I think you probably had like the closest like set of eyes on this, right? So whoever this dwarven scumbag is that goes around pilfering from temples and whatnot, he made somebody mad, and it helped make sure that you were on his trail. You think he's here to try and sell it, although you would also know as a dwarf it's illegal for dwarves to sell or trade on these elven lands. So you're not 100% sure. All right, so Oliver, you're going to have to help me with some of these second edition rules. Catch me up if I want to do kind of like a streetwise sort of like knowledge about like local customs. What do you think that is?
There's a local history, non-weapon proficiency.
Yeah. I don't imagine anybody has that.
I don't.
Okay.
There's Bardic Lore on all items, so a bard, me, has 5% per level
Sure.
to know what something is.
Well, let's fire that off real quick, because if you don't get it, we'll do it at a disadvantage.
No, I didn't get that, so I don't know.
Okay. So Brew, I think that you're probably around the same percentage. So let's say a D20 roll on a roll of a 1 or a 2, you're going to know the specifics of this rule. Okay. So I think that the party, and we can cut in on this scene, right? Is everyone's kind of like spitballing, how are we going to find this guy? How are we going to track him down? What's he doing? And I think the lingering thought we cut in on, right? Is everybody cool with it being like a private room? Is that okay? I don't imagine it wouldn't be.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine by me.
Yeah, it's just like a 4-person, room, maybe like a night sleeper kind of thing for the railroad. And so we cut in, and the consensus, the tonal quality of the conversation is like, okay, what like black market, what like illegal, like backdoor sales is going to happen here? Where is this going to go down? And that's kind of the feeling we get.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can fire that off. I can answer some more questions if you guys want to roll some dice. It really depends on. This would be our chance to kind of see what the characters look like, right? Like, do they have weapons out? Do they have armor, right? And kind of see how they regard one another.
Okay, so my character is armed and wearing armor at the moment. He's trying to present himself as a sword for hire, looking for adventure. Really, just wants to get out there. So he's currently wearing leather armor. Is armed with a crossbow and 2 swords.
Okay, so he's ready.
Yeah, it looks like he's ready for a fight.
Okay. What do you think, Brew?
My character is
So yeah,
currently-
so my character
Sorry. There might have
Has,
been a
like-
delay there.
no, you're fine. My character has like no armor really, just like tatted armor, and then a staff, quarterstaff, and a spear. Probably more for like working the land. But you do notice a 10-foot ladder. That my
Is it collapsible, perhaps?
For the sake of humor, probably not.
Sure, yeah. It's just been wedged in there. It's like starting to bow. Yeah.
It helps me reach high places, so that's why I carry it. Don't hate, but yeah, no, my character's pretty passive. Not really looking for a fight. Probably on this railway, just maybe coming home from visiting her parents, family. Maybe helping some of the workers underground. So probably not unusual to see my character here and see her carrying this kind of stuff. It doesn't necessarily seem ready for battle or anything.
Sure. Okay. All right, Goophin.
My character is armed with a battle axe, but just over the shoulder, nothing out and ready. And armor. I don't remember what kind I got. Hide armor, and I took what I could that my brother would allow me to take.
I like to wake up out
And
of dead sleeping.
Sorry.
I'm pretty chilled. It's just Maverick's the one who's always on guard, so I can kind of relax a little bit. He's more aware of all these strange smells and people. And we're just starting off on our adventure and getting the lay of the land, figuring out who's friend and who's foe.
Yeah, I actually like that a lot. Can you talk a little bit more about Maverick? Because I definitely want the camera to like close up on him to the point that we're seeing the 3 of you sort of like arguing in his eyes. You know what I mean? Like the reflection.
Yeah, he's a direwolf, black with silver tips, yellow eyes, very smart from when he was a little pup. He's an alpha male in a pack. I'm the leader because I raised him, but in his eyes, everybody else is below him in my pack, and he doesn't know yet whether these people are part of the pack or not, because I haven't welcomed them. Because that's how he gets introduced. Is I welcome them and I say hello, and he's like, okay, that's a pack member, but he's not sure. He doesn't know about these people, and that ladder's a little bit intimidating because it's big for this little person. And he's never seen a little person before. So he's like, who's this short person? And what's that ladder? Is it a weapon? What's it for? He's looking around a lot.
All right, so I had a question from my chat. Riley was asking if can anyone pet the dog?
If I say it's okay.
Okay. All right.
He'll
go up and
go
try and
away.
pet the
He's
dog.
not aggressive. He'll just kind of pull back a bit and look at me like, is this okay?
I'm definitely going to try and pet the dog.
Yeah, that's like the first question you ask in a good game, right? Like, okay, but hold on, can you pet the
Oh, yeah.
dog?
Yeah, can you pet it?
And if no, it's already a bad game. So like, okay, we got there. We're having a good game.
Yeah. He's not going to attack and kill everybody.
Yeah.
Unless I tell him to.
Okay. Cool. No, I like that. I think the only other question I know I want an answer to like right now is like how long have you all been together? Or is this like a group of necessity? Like what has kind of brought you together?
I guess I saw what looked like adventurers when I saw this barbarian and this cleric, and I just gravitated towards them. Nothing to do with the fact that they're both female.
Mm-hmm. Y'all good with that? Any additions?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd probably be a little flabbergasted that somebody thinks I'm an adventurer, but you know,
He saw the 10-foot pole and he's like, "Yep, that's it. You got it. You got it in one." Okay, cool. Yeah. So, and when I run my games, like we can lean in a lot on the role play. We can, we can snap back and forth on it, so we don't need to have like a long and protracted conversation about like how are we gonna find this guy, right? But I am curious, like, does anyone have any like thoughts in particular, or are we really more interested in like, saying our plan is blank, cut to the next scene, let's do it. You know what I mean? Does that kind of jive with what people are feeling?
I'm happy with that. My plan is to. I'm curious about this, what this artifact is, but my plan is just to follow the adventure wherever it is.
Sure.
So anything works for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Same for you, Goophin.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that probably there's a moment or two, right, where the camera's just kind of like getting a feel for the people in this room and everything, but it sounds like the conversation is pretty lax because it sounds like you're gonna get to the place and make a plan when you get there, if I'm hearing it correctly.
Yeah. I would say that I was probably just sent by, people of the church to go investigate kind of this.
Sure. Okay. I like that. So I think we just do like a very subtle like time lapse effect, and whatever those like little ticket guys are that come by to make sure what blah 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 Selayan Isles, and then do you guys have the door locked, or is he able to open it? Because he would pull on it. You can hear him like coming down the.
Yeah, I wouldn't lock it.
Okay.
I wouldn't have locked the door.
Okay. Yeah, so he kind of pulls the the door open, and it might have been the guy you saw earlier. It's not like it really fucking matters. They all look the same. They all kind of dress the same, right? He just pokes his head in, and he looks at everyone. He just goes, "Last of the line. Everybody off."
Okay. I'll ladies first, and I'll let the two, the human lady and the dwarf lady go first.
Yeah, and then
Do we need to let the dwarf go to get the ladder out to make?
Yeah, I'll
room
take
for
a
the other
second to
dwarf?
probably maneuver that through.
yeah.
So yeah, we all maneuver around as she fucking tries to turn this ladder in the cart of the train.
I'm gonna grab it and put it under my arm and turn and almost knock him out. And then
Right, like everyone has to like duck under it, and he's like trying to help you, but you end up hitting him in the gut with it. He's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. Shit, jump, duck.
Yeah, he nods and he goes, you had with the dog, you got the horse in the back, right?" Oh.
Yes.
And he's like getting squeamish. He's just like, here, and he gives you this little like bronze token. It's got a punch in it. Looks like it came off a ring. Oliver, it looks
I
like
take
you
that
moved
to go get my
something on
pony?
your stream. I'm not sure if you saw that. Okay, yeah, you saw it.
I moved something.
no, sorry, it was.
Oh, it was yours. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know which one I have open. The multi-stream is giving me trouble. Are you using the pop-out for the Discord, Brew?
No, because it wasn't capturing it, so I just.
Oh, that's annoying. I definitely had to do that the first couple times. It wasn't working for me, so I would pull like Discord up also on my iPad so I could like have it next to me.
Oh, perfect idea.
Yeah, modern technology, Okay. Yeah, sorry. So we got off track on technical issues. Yeah, he nods. He's a little green around the gills. He nods and says, "Yes, the all livestock. You're gonna have to go to a different counter. The luggage and everything will come. That's easy. The livestock takes a little more care. You understand."
All right.
What's the livestock?
Yes, give me her or her.
I'm asking her. Yeah, what kind of animals is it?
I have a pony.
I'm gonna just tap the pony's butt a little bit, like its haunches.
Yeah, I want to pet the pony as well.
Well, it's not there yet.
Oh, JK.
I mean, if we
It's
want
doing this in
if
the
we
air
want,
then.
if we want to cut to that, that's fine. There's not gonna be there's not a trick to it. I don't like actually your pony's lost. It got shipped halfway to Siberia. Like
Oh.
The dog might be visiting.
yeah, exactly. If
I
we just
definitely want.
if we just want to cut to the pony, that's fine. Because like I think all of that'll happen pretty much in the same area, and I have a scene when you guys get to the actual islands. Yeah. What? So what's the pony's name?
Yeah, what's the pony's name?
Morgan.
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 Morgan and Maverick. Look at that.
Nice.
Is it spelled like normal or is it like Morgan?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's Morgan.
Morgan. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we jump cut to petting the pony. Does Morgan have like a little name tag around their neck?
No,
No. Okay.
no.
All right.
You gotta know me to know them.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Okay.
very friendly though.
Nice.
Raised around people, so she's very friendly. Likes behind your ear being scratched. She really
No.
I
likes
can't reach that, so I'll pull my ladder out and try and reach.
that. How tall are you?
I'm 3'8".
She gets the
Well,
leather.
ponies aren't that much
I'm a wee
taller.
lass, a wee lass.
She can do
She
it,
feels
but it's
sorry for you and pens her head down so you can scratch your ear.
right.
Well, thank you.
I was gonna say she can do it, but she's got to get on her tippy toes. Like, oh my goodness, it's
It's
so
okay.
good.
She's got a ladder.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I like it. So we've got the animals. You got the luggage. Nothing seems to be amiss. Any questions? Any comments? Any things you want going on? Or are we ready to kind of like hit the like customs essentially?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good to keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So as the crew sort of slides up in front of this line that's queued up, there's only about 2 or 3 people in front of you. You're actually kind of curious because when you got on this train, there were a ton of people, and the implication from like the little ticket service was that like everyone had to get off. So it's weird that now you're not seeing a lot of people. But the line is like moving fairly quickly, like all things considered.
What other kind of people are getting off here? I'm kind of curious. What are the other kind of passengers like?
Yeah. So you've got what appears to be like an elven family. That's got like how you know elves fairly well, right? Or
Well,
were you
I'm half
raised-
elven, but I think my mother would be human, so
Okay.
she's just a normal human. But I'm half elven, so I guess my father's half elven.
Yeah. Okay. So you weren't really raised around elves, so
No.
why don't you fire off another your bardic checks unless you have a history that's better for it.
Let me just quickly go over what I do have.
Yeah.
Non-weapon proficiencies wise. Let's have a wee look. So non-weapon proficiencies I have musical instrument, voice, acting, disguise, forgery, blind fighting, and swimming.
Okay. Yeah. You definitely recognize like so there's a couple elven children. There's a drow, and then you thought it was an elf until they kind of like, you know how everyone's standing in line, everyone's just looking around for something to be moderately interesting. They turn and they have solid colored eyes. They're just like a shocking purple, like a vibrant like twitch purple.
And you said that was like an elven child, did you say?
There's a drow, there's 2 elven children, and then the other partner appears to be an elf with like solid, like shocking purple eyes.
And that's just like a normal elf, like a high elf, or...
Yeah, maybe. You weren't 100% sure. You would have assumed so,
Okay,
and then you
okay.
saw the eyes, and you're like, I don't know, there's something there I'm not getting.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe it's magic.
All right, but I don't know any more than that. Cool.
Yeah, at least not now. It won't be a hard check later. Ahead of them seems to be 2 humans with a big old metal, like you wouldn't call it a crate, but it's like it's a little less fancy than a treasure chest, but it's completely wound, right, long ways and like sideways with chain, and they haven't set it down. They're both just like standing there panting, holding it up off the ground.
And it's like really heavy, so they're like struggling holding it.
Yeah, you can see they're struggling to hold it.
Okay. I'm gonna ask them what you got in there, boys.
Yeah,
It's heavy.
do you go up, or are you like calling up to them? Because
I'll just call over, like casual, be like, "Hey
Yeah,
guys, that looks heavy. What you got there?" Like kind of thing.
yeah, they kind of turn and look and say, "Oh, they were trying to call them upgrades, but it's stuff that came in on a boat. I don't know." They said be real careful with it. Don't jostle it or nothing.
Well, looks heavy, boys. Good luck with that.
And he nods. You don't. How well do you know like the lay of the land here?
I don't really know the land. I'm not from around here, buddy.
Oh, I do.
Do you?
I would assume I do. I don't know.
Okay.
Did I just lie to this poor soul?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if you lied or not. Okay, yeah. So they turn and look, and they say, "Oh, good. That's excellent." So the instructions were first that we were just going to meet them here and drop it off. Boy, that would have been great. We didn't even want to go into these. He looks around and thinks better of swearing. We have to get to the Evocatus. Something in the military. I mean, he can't put his hands up, right, because he's holding something. But you can see he kind of shrugs his shoulders, like, I don't fucking know what that is.
Okay.
So, like, would I know what that is?
I mean, you can make a very hard check to figure it out. Have you been to the Elven Islands before?
I don't think I have.
Okay.
I probably would have just been, in the underground railway system and above land and like the
Sure.
kind of farming villages.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say that there's like a Hail Mary for your religion crossover. Go ahead and roll d20. Let's see if you get a 1.
Dave, I was just revising something, reading something on my character kit. It's the charlatan, and it's the reason I took this. He has a chance at every non-weapon proficiency.
Nice.
So even ones he doesn't have,
Yeah.
he can make a chance. He's got a chance with a big penalty, even healing and things like that.
Sure. What do you roll? Does it end up going based off the governing stat body?
So I'll have a look. Hang on.
So that doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I mean, he said it was something of the military. You've got like kind of the clerical body. You don't think there's any crossover there. Like you're fairly confident it's not a religious aspect. Like what military buildings look like even when they're not dwarvish. So it's like you can help communicate that to the group. But yeah, you do not feel confident about leading him to where he needs to go. You would have to wander around for probably the better part of a day to figure it out.
How do you feel about wandering around?
I mean, just looking around, are there any like soldiers stationed around the, rail stop?
Yeah, so this is very much like there is nobody around here besides the people that got off the train. Like the one ticket holder person that's like theoretically welcoming anyone leaving, which there seems to be no one. And whoever the person is like actually doing the like the customs and the checking in, and that's it. So it's super super sparse.
So you say that there's people on the train, but now they're not there. Are they going somewhere else other than through this line? Do we see them going somewhere? Or we don't see anybody but who's in the line, but there aren't enough to fill the train?
Correct. So there were more people on the train than you realized. There weren't that many stops. And now suddenly you're like, he told us it was the end of the line, but I don't see the whole train disembarking. And so there's some inconsistencies happening here.
Was there another exit we were told we couldn't use?
Mm-mm. But at that, whoever was in front of the boys hauling the upgrade has gone through, so now they are up. And in pretty short order, there seems to be some manner of conversation, right? Like the person checking it in is like pointing at the box, and they're like struggling to hold the box, and there's some exchange that happens there. And unless you guys are doing anything, about a minute goes by, and they clear on through.
Well, if possible, I want to try and listen to what's going on in that exchange. That's all I would try and do.
Yeah, I think that's fine. What do you got for your listening there?
Right. So of the 8 thief skills, a bard only gets 4 of them, and I don't think one of them is listen. Hang on. So I get pickpockets, detect noise, climb walls, and read language. So I do get a listen.
Nice.
So I'm wearing my armor, so I'll have to roll it with the armor one and not the no armor one, which is a bit of a nightmare.
Right.
Success!
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the conversation essentially goes, you know, like, okay, who are you? And like they give their names or whatever, and I don't know what their names are. I didn't write it down. And then he's like, okay, what are you doing? They're like, oh, we're transporting upgrades for the Evocatus. And they're like, the Evocatus. He's like, yeah. They're like, okay, then leave it. And they're like, no, we can't do that. And he's like, well, you're not bringing that. No, there, you have to hand it over. Right? And there seems to be an argument because the person like checking them in was also like, oh, they should have come to pick this up and they didn't. And these guys are like, yeah, we know, but we're not going to set it down because we were told if we like jostle it, it's going to break.
So they're having an argument about that. And I hear it.
Yo, thank you, Undead. Yeah, and it's like, it doesn't go like badly in the sense that they're not allowed, but you can see that like everyone like at every stage they're like, oh, something should have happened and didn't. Right? That's the feeling.
Yeah, like everything's went wrong with it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay. So I was just reading in the kit, Dave. I get to do any non-web proficiency with a -10 intelligence. So even intelligence check with a -10. So even like healing or anything, if I make that check, I can do it.
That's cool. I like
Yeah.
it.
That's the whole thing about the charlatan.
Yeah, I would think so. Okay, so do you want to intervene, or are you just gonna like file that one away? It's like, okay, the Evocatus didn't show up.
I just want to file the information away and then pass it on to my two companions.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So after they move through, the Drow family moves forward. No issues, really. Just boop boop. They go right. Not even a full minute. Oh my goodness! Happy birthday! Thank you, DB squared.
I have a question about that, Dave. In your world, are Drow known to be evil, or are they like they're okay?
Yeah, I wanted pretty much everyone to have the availability to play that character. So, yeah, they're not any more or less evil than any other race could be starting off.
Like a half orc or something. Yeah, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yep. So they move forward, and then it's you all. Are you going through as a group? Are you trying to go in alone? It doesn't really matter, but.
I'm happy to go in as a group. Like, that's how I feel I would do it anyway. I'm trying to latch onto these guys and form a group here, an adventuring group, so...
Sure.
Yeah, group's fine.
Yeah, works fine.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean the questions are fairly straightforward. They're mostly just like, okay, well, you know, who are you? What are you doing? You know, what not quite as invasive as like what's your purpose here, but it's not what's your purpose here, you know what I mean? So they're looking to get a little information about why you've come.
Traveling bard.
Mm-hmm.
I would say traveling bard and sword for hire and budding adventurer. I would give them all that.
Okay. Yeah, and so this individual sort of narrows their eyes at you. How do you feel about... You've been watching this individual for a minute, and you're kind of aware... At first, you weren't quite sure what you were looking at, and now that you've been here for a minute, you can see that there are 3 strings or vines or something coming out of the stone above, right? And they actually... They form like a little triangle at the back of their neck. If that makes sense. So let me let's slide you over to...
Would I be too short to see that, or is that just...
No, I think everybody, now that everyone's kind of moved up, you're like, oh, that's really weird. And like obviously I'm gonna draw... Okay, well that's a square.
Who had that?
Huh?
Who's got that on their neck?
The individual that's doing like the customs, right? So it's like,
yeah.
Okay, like there's a head, right? And then that's not exactly what a neck looks like, but you get the idea, right? And then, so there's 3, right? 3 points where these like, right, I got a shaggy hair.
And this is on the back of the guy's neck, the customs officer.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, big old ears. Yeah. Yeah, and then there's like something going up into the ceiling from them, right? They all go, oh, stop doing that. I wish it would default to... Oh, boy, that's going
So, like,
on.
puppet strings, kind of?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yes.
is this guy a puppet or a person?
Yeah, puppets... Oh, my God, stop doing that. Yeah, puppet strings definitely add up as maybe what the hell's going on here. Drawing skills on point. Dude, you don't even know. That was fucking embarrassing.
Pictionary for the win.
Oh, my God. But yeah, puppet strings I think probably is like the quickest, like, what the fuck is that, right? Doesn't seem to be bothering him any, right? He's just going on, he's like, oh, cool. He's like, and he looks at you, he's like, adventures, like real adventure? He gets real excited.
So wait, I'm like confused where the strings are going. You said they're not really going anywhere. They're hanging down, but they're pointing up in the picture.
It looks like if somebody pulled on them, he would yank up. They're in his neck, and they go
Yep.
up into the ceiling, and then there's like a hole
Okay.
in the top of the ceiling.
Right. Okay. With
Sorry.
you.
Yeah.
How tall is the ceiling?
Like 12, 14-ish. Not like super, super tall.
Is there a place for me to put my wall or my ladder up on a wall?
I mean, I think it would create a lot of questions, but absolutely. Like, you could just shimmy off to the side and set the ladder up.
Here's the thing. How many people are in the room?
There's nobody behind you because of the animal thing. There is the guy, there's you three, and then there's a dude that checks tickets standing at the rail. And he doesn't, I mean, he's maybe paying attention, but...
Okay, so... Charm. Charlatans are aware of their unique charm and flair. They have learned to use this gift to sway the reactions of others. However, such charm must be carefully tailored to a specific audience. Charlatans can affect only a small group of people, no larger number than their current level. So I can do this to one person, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Customs Officer with the strings or whatever. To be charmed, a group must be in average to high spirits. Is he in average to high spirits?
Yeah, he's super excited, actually.
Okay. So I must mingle among the intended group, that being him, and chat for at least 1d10 rounds. So I need to roll that. And after this time, those in the group roll a saving throw versus paralyzation with the penalty of -1, because I'm level 1. Those who succeed are unimpressed with the charlatan and may even find him to be an irritation. If they succeed in a natural 20, they see through my facade. So I can try and charm him into thinking that it's all right for her to climb up with her ladder.
Yeah. I mean, that's a long time, right? I'm remembering second edition is 1 round's a minute, right?
A round is a minute or 10 seconds, depends how you do it. But
okay, let's roll how much time you're gonna need. Do a d10 and we'll see, because I think it's definitely possible. I just want to know, like, okay, so this is pretty quick, relatively speaking. So
so even if it's minutes, it's 2 minutes.
Yeah, so if you're gonna entertain his stupid questions about adventuring, like, you can definitely make this roll. Or well, I guess he has to make the saving throw eventually, but.
So make him make a saving throw versus paralyzation to be charmed by me.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay. So he's like, well, have you been to a castle before?
I've never been to a castle before.
He kind of narrows his eye. He's like, well, have you ever been trapped in a dungeon?
I've definitely never been trapped in a dungeon before. Why do you ask?
You have or you have not?
Definitely not.
Okay, and he rolls his head back a little bit. He's like, have you ever fought a dragon?
No.
He's like, this is bullshit. No dungeons, no dragons. Come on, what kind of adventurer are you?
Well, there once was, and I'll start to tell him a story I'll relay a story that I've heard as a traveling bard, and I'll relay him one and pretend like I was there, and I'll give him some bullshit. That's what I do. I'm the charlatan. So I'll tell him a story,
sure,
not from my own experience, but I'll like it is.
Yeah. I just really wanted to see if I could get the no dungeons, no dragons. This game is bullshit.
It was brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
Well done.
So stupid. Okay, sorry. Miss Sin, thank you for following the Electric Dice podcast. My goodness. I love it. Okay. Where the hell am I? Why am I not finding the, I want the saving throw chart thing. Because I just want to know. I mean, like, I guess I could just roll, and if he doesn't get, like, a 6 or under, it really doesn't matter, but... Yeah, okay, so he failed. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was pegging him at, like, somewhere between like a 6 and a 10. I was gonna look at warrior and make it like a little bit worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 14 doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. Okay. So describe this paralyzation. Like, what do you see happen? What do you want to have happened?
So he's just charmed into thinking that whatever me and my friends do is okay, and like he's my buddy, and he's going to be all right with me doing whatever around here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool.
if she wants to climb up with her ladder and have a look, she can.
Oh, so Winnie's gonna put the ladder up against the wall near where that hole was, and I'm gonna look at it, look at me, look at it, and realize that it's probably still a little too far out of my reach. So I'm gonna look over at Alicia. Lassie, would you mind looking up that the ladder at the hole?
And I'll keep the guy distracted with stories about dragons. That's a bullshit story.
Yeah, he's eating it up now. Like, he doesn't actually want to know. He wants you to just tell him that it's cool and that everything he believes is correct, right? He's an American.
Yeah. And even though I told him that I've not been imprisoned in a dungeon, I'll tell him a story about where I rescued someone from a dungeon, so he can have his dungeons and his dragons.
And Alicia is happy to go up the ladder. She's not afraid of heights. Maverick does look up like there's something weird going on, but he's not really sure.
He would be correct. There is something weird going on.
Yeah. I don't know whether he's heard, smelled something, but he does look up like, and I don't know, he could be following the strings. They're moving, but I can't see it, but he sees something, that there's something weird.
Sure.
And he follows Alicia to the ladder, and I'm like, stay. You can't climb up with me, buddy, but appreciate it.
Right,
and so
right.
Alicia goes up the ladder.
Yeah.
And timidly, or cautiously, I should say, looks around. How big's the hole, Dave?
Yeah. So the hole's, only about 2 inches across or so. It is, as compared to the rest of the place, you would say it is not quite as finely made, right? Like, not that this is like an immaculate, like, landing area or anything, but like the stonework is nice, right? It's pretty smooth, it's pretty clean and everything. And this actually looks like a fairly, quote unquote, recently chiseled hole, right? Through whatever stonework they did. Like, this is not as nice as it should be.
Okay.
And that's just a hole up through the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
Where the springs go.
Yep. And now that you're closer to them, and you're like really giving them a good look-see and everything, you can see that they do not appear to be fabric. They do not appear to even be like spider silk or something, right? They are suspiciously smooth. Would you like to touch one? It's a classic D&D question. Do you touch it, and do you have gloves on?
Can you check if I'm wearing my gloves?
What happens if you yank on one of them?
Well, I was actually thinking of what if I pulled on him.
Dave, I'm right next to this guy because I'm talking to him, telling him the story. So can I get quite a good look at them as well, I guess?
Yeah, I think
the actual cables.
Yeah, I think that you can have the same information, right? Like, yeah, they seem to be like we would understand them to be wires, right? There are wires coming out of the back of this guy's neck, or maybe going into it. You're not quite sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Can Alicia see any light or anything through the hole?
No, it's pretty dark. You could, I would think I could get like 2 inches, right? It's like a glass. So I'm just like looking at this, like probably get your hand in there a little bit if you wanted, or you can just go ahead and pull on them.
Well, someone in my chat, a couple of people in my chat say pull it.
Yeah, dude.
I'm saying pull it.
Yeah,
my
chat's all about
pull on them. Not one of them, but all three of them.
Yeah, chat's all... Okay, so yeah, and to be clear, do you grab them and pull down out of the ceiling, or do you grab and pull up and yank our boy?
Yeah, my chat's going off saying pull it, and
Bruises
as well.
You want to go down? Okay.
I want to pull down.
Yeah, okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, Oliver, but we think like a good athletics check, just roll against strength, right? Like get under your...
Yeah, I mean, you've got on strength, you've got bend bars rolls, and you've got like a break doors, break gates roll as well. You've got both of them, so you can use those for a strength check, or you can just roll against strength.
Okay.
So how do I do that?
I'm going to let you pick, because I think fundamentally the same. So if you want to break bars or bend gates, it's a D percentile, which is a D100. If you would prefer to just roll a straight D20, it's just a D20. We compare it against your strength.
Yeah, that's a simple way to do it. That's what I do for most things, so...
Yeah.
When he's going to hold the ladder, too, while she's up there.
Please. Safety first.
And I'm just distracting the guy with this bullshit story.
Yeah. So just to put it in context, you have a 15 strength, so rolling a 15 or under on a d20 is very easy. You have a 7% chance to bend bars or lift gates. I would increase that because obviously this is not as difficult as that. But rolling on a d100, that's much harder. So I would gently suggest the d20 roll.
So a 1d20
That's correct.
with no pluses or anything in there, just
Correct.
Good luck, Goof. Good luck.
Nice.
Yes.
You got it. Okay, so
So what did I need to actually succeed?
15 or under.
Okay.
Second edition is fun. It likes to be the inverse of normal D&D. So you want to roll low in pretty much every situation. Other than damage, you're looking to roll low.
Yep.
And that's one of the reasons it throws people off. Okay, so without attempting to go too much into your your personal life or anything, but have you ever yanked a plug for a cord, right? Like from far away, like when you were vacuuming or something? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's very satisfying, but when you do it wrong, you like bend all the prongs and you panic.
You fuck it.
So both of those things happen. You very much got the other end of this cord, but you felt that particular, like, not necessarily a pull or a hesitation, but that like twist, right? When something kind of came off at the wrong angle and you're like, oh, that was the best idea. And then the wires all just start like unspooling out of the ceiling, and the dude just starts yelling. Doesn't matter that Oliver charmed him. He is fucking panic now.
Okay, so right, what's the situation? Is there anyone around to see this? Do I need to like try and knock this guy out before he like is he screaming and yelling?
Oh yeah,
causing alarm?
Yeah. And he's not even being like completely logical about what he's saying. He's like, "Oh man, oh no, they can. What just happened?" And he like grabs his neck and he's like pulling at the wires, trying to figure out because he wasn't paying attention. You had him charmed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he is aware of the wires and that they've gone awry.
Yeah.
So I've broken a connection of some sort, like a communicator connection, like something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get his attention. Look at him and say, "No, it's okay. She's free. You're free now. You're free." What? I don't know.
Yeah, he looks up. He's like, "No, I'm gonna get fined. Now they can't. Oh man." And he seems to have like calmed down a little bit. But
who did this to you? Who's got these strings attached to you?
It's part of the new security protocols. They gotta tap in and make sure everything's working properly. So
gosh, I'm so sorry.
It doesn't seem good to me. It doesn't seem.
He's like, "What are you doing up there?" And he just points.
I thought it was something weird.
We were just trying to help.
It's like,
looked like some spiders were crawling.
Okay, so I'll turn on the charm.
You're gonna charge me 5 gold for messing with the connection.
I'm gonna turn it on again and say, right, okay, don't worry about it, friend. I'll talk to your boss. I'll talk to the man in charge. I'll explain what happened. Don't worry about it. And I'm trying to calm him down, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that when you're like, when you're not like running away, right, or killing him or something, and you're like, no, it's cool. He ends up repeating. He's like, they're gonna charge me, right, a bunch. That seems to be his major focus of the day.
All I've got are like soap shavings. I don't have any money on me, you know.
I don't have any money either.
I have money. I have money. I can maybe fix this, guys. How much money do you need, my friend?
He's like, oh, if the connection goes down, if they can't see what you're doing, they charge you for a full price of a ticket, and then they assume you're stealing. It's 5 gold.
Okay, here's 5 gold, and if I need to talk to whoever's in charge of you, tell them it was an accident, explain what happened. I'll just say my friend's clumsy with her ladder, and she was turning round, and she pulled the cables with the ladder, and it'll be okay. I'll give him 5 gold.
Okay, yeah, I like that. What do you think for? Because like, so normally there would be a what the heck is it called? You'd roll like the 2d6 or whatever, right? To see like their relative, like, do they like you? Do they hate you? You know what I mean? The reaction modifier?
Yeah.
What the fuck am I thinking of?
Reaction.
Yeah. What's that breakdown? That's 2d6, isn't it?
No, it's 2d10.
It's 2d10. Okay.
Yeah,
Is that the same thing? Is low better or is high better for that one?
low's better.
Low's better. Yeah. Do you want to fire off a reaction? Because I think you get a bonus to it, right?
Yeah, so my reaction bonus is +3,
Yeah.
and my charisma is 15.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see that. We're gonna like so we don't spend 100 hours just like arguing, like oh where are the wires. Blah, blah, blah.
So I roll 2d10, and I want to roll, 18 or under, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it
what-
right now.
Or whatever your reaction for this is, and I've got a +3 on the roll.
Right. Yeah.
I rolled
Okay. So you rolled a 7, right?
I rolled low.
Yeah. Right, because it takes away.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty good. Hold on, let me just try and find it real quick. I do like this scene though. So like, what is everyone? Did y'all just like post up and sit down on the floor, or are you just having a conversation? Like, what does it look like when the two elves in charge show up?
I'm like starting to pull like soap shavings out of my pouch and put them in my hand to see if I have anything of extra value that
I got 2 lavenders and a sandalwood. What's the conversion?
And Lisa came down the ladder and was like rolling up the wires and gave them back to the dude.
Nice.
So as the guys in charge, I guess I'll try and talk to the guys in charge as they come through.
Yeah, I'm fucking having a terrible time trying to find this reaction chart. Either I'm looking for the wrong thing or. Oh,
I've rolled well anyway, so.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna want to use it later, so I kind of wanted to like get it in my head
Yeah,
how
yeah,
it
yeah.
works. But yeah, I don't want to waste too much time, so I'll look for it a little bit later.
Yeah, we
okay.
can look after her.
Yeah. Do you want to come up? Do you want to be the most famous cat in the Island of Stars?
Oh, you're gonna carry. Nice.
Come on up. Come on, you gotta jump. Yeah. Oh, there he is. What a good boy. Yeah. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Hey, it's
What's
Fabster.
his name?
This is Clem Fandango. And he is
Hello, Clem.
a giant stank.
Oh, how cute!
Yeah. Oh.
I love gingers.
Oh, thank.
Excuse you.
Kisses.
You can't hit that. That's my webcam. I need that. Stop typing. You're typing. Oh, come on.
Kisses.
Oh my goodness. That's what he typed.
Oh, nice.
He's trying to roll
4112. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so here, let's change this bad drawing. Let's get this out of here. We don't need this anymore. Yeah, so you rolled pretty well on the reaction.
I like the drawing.
The group is not fleeing. The group is not like making a whole thing about it. Oh, are we hydrating? I'm low. I gotta refill. So I like this a lot, where they kind of show up and they show up looking kind of mad, and then everybody's just like, "No, it's cool. We got soap and money." So I think they're going to be pretty reasonable about this. I actually want to refill my drink. I don't know if. Oh, I was at the wrong one. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong chat, but I'm gonna do the hydrate as well. So give me 1 sec. I'm gonna run an ad real quick on my channel and refill my drink. So if you guys want to take a 30-second stretch break.
If one stream hydrates, everyone hydrates.
Everybody hydrates.
I'm going to do switch off one of my channel points rewards things on my Twitch. I forgot to do it. I always switch off the exercise one for D&D, and I've not done it yet, so I need to go quickly do that.
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh, man, I didn't get the push-ups in.
30 sec.
Yeah, it's off. Done.
I'll be right back.
I switched it off in time. So we already did a big fuck up. So that's nice.
Yeah, we fucked it up already.
I'm blaming your ladder, your clumsy ladder.
Look like you got some spiders on your neck. Just trying to help a bro out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, somewhere.
I'm just glad we didn't kill ourselves 5 minutes into the game.
Still alive, yeah. We made it to the first break and we're still alive, so happy day.
gotten electrocuted, man. Oof.
Well, there was that.
I forgot I rolled that one.
There are so many ways that could have went.
Yes.
100%. I'm going to quickly run to the fridge.
Who did a thing? Did somebody just get bits?
Yo, thanks, Birdie Beggar,
Oh,
for them
look at
tickle bits.
Nicely done. Yeah, no, I'm very glad you pulled it down out of the ceiling, Goophin, as opposed to up out of him. Pulling it out of him would have been much, much worse.
Oh my god.
Well, I figured I could do that afterwards. Like once I figured out whether they were attached to something, I could have yanked him around, but I figured let's start with where are they coming from.
Mm-hmm.
That could have went so many ways. That was tense.
Well, I was a little concerned that like there'd be massive tension, so I'd reef and then fall off too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
My peasant kit gives me a +2 reaction adjustment from all peasants.
Nice.
Are any of these people we're dealing with peasants by chance?
Unfortunately, these two who came down from, Elven High Command to figure out why someone's tampering with the video feed are not.
Okay.
But that is good to know. I got to remember that for the future. Because I do want to use the reaction thing. Okay. So, it sounded like the plan was a little bit of lying, but mostly like, hey, this is our bad. He didn't do anything wrong. Here's some money. We're sorry, right? Like, fundamentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think unless somebody wants to, like, say or do something in particular, I'm fine with kind of making this like a lie, deception, deceit, bluff roll. Right. And either they're going to believe you or they're going to have some more questions.
Okay. Well, so I'm gonna attempt to do it because I get a +3 on all reactions because of charisma. But what I'm wondering is, if they are peasants of any variety, does hers stack when we're a group? Her reaction adjustment.
So unfortunately, these are not peasants, so that one's not going to.
No, that's not going to matter anyway, right? So I'll make a reaction roll then, 2d10.
Yeah. You do that. Does reaction have like a lying thing too? There's not like a bluffs non-weapon proficiency?
Oh, hang on. Because I have no my proficiencies in like disguise and forgery and hang on.
Yeah, because otherwise then we just like end up kind of invalidating your first roll, but your first roll is the one that kind of created their like somewhat neutral situation. They're like, okay, let's get some information before we just tell people they're in trouble.
I have acting.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So I can make a roll in acting.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Oh, and I failed.
Okay. So I think
I can't believe I failed. Oh, no.
Yeah, so I think that I don't even think that this is like you failed, you're in trouble. I think this is so like you failed, but I think their focus is actually on like, okay, so hold on, let me get this straight. These three adventurers here are poking around, carrying tons of crap. There's a donkey over here. There's a 10-foot ladder over here. And then they turn and they look at the guy and they're like, and you didn't notice any of this happening. What were you doing? And he's like, I was talking about Dungeons and Dragons. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And
gosh.
What's that?
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Oh, they totally blame him. They're like, okay, so, like, we're going to charge you the 5 gold for interrupting the feed because we got to get somebody back up there to fix it. But maybe this wasn't a great post for you. His name, and they say this, I don't know how the hell they say it. His name is AI Twin. AI-TWIN.
Okay.
I-Twin, maybe. And he gets demoted on the spot.
Oh. We got him demoted.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, dude.
No.
They're like, you're going back to the mailroom, buddy. And he's like, please, not the mailroom. They're like, all the way down into the pits. Getting there with the male monkey.
I mean, I'll say it. I'm so sorry, but
Yeah, he just
Hold up, though. Like, what is this? Why are there cords coming out of the ceiling and into his neck? Like, this ain't natural.
Yeah, he sort of furrows his brow. He goes, "The ancients understood magic and metal far better than we ever will." And he points.
Right, but you piqued our curiosity with it, you know. You can't just have that there and blame us for...
I mean, you've got these things surgically attached to someone. Obviously, we're suspicious of that.
Right.
And nods, so says, I Twin felt the calling, as many of us do, to go into the Tangle. He was gifted with a lesser blessing. His was the reason we could reduce security at this station. We are able to keep an eye on things, even remotely. It's like a scrying spell, but better.
Right. No, I understand that, but why are there no notices up saying, no, don't pull on the cords that are coming from the ceiling attached to the guy's neck? Like,
Yeah,
what?
maybe warn people.
Yeah, and so, like, to kind of get you a little more information on these two that showed up, it is two... you're not quite sure like who they are, dressed in pretty much identical armor. Elven, it's not quite chain. There's definitely chain as part of it, but it looks like it might be elven half plate. And it's got like a blue-green sort of low luminosity to it. And then just like, dark robes wrapped around that and everything. They look like capable fighters, to say the least. And they just sort of like turn and regard you. And then in one voice, they say, "Was someone pulling on the cords?" And they like produce the little cop notebook, right? And they're like, "The understanding was that the cord was snagged on the ladder."
It's just an accident.
Yeah.
You feel the harsh judgment of elven kind glaring in your direction.
Well, have a good day.
Can I use is there any kind of way to use my half-elven twinkle in my eyes to show them that I'm a good guy? I don't know. It was an accident. We're so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, they're not... They're willing to look past you, and they're like stupid adventurers. That's why we don't let many of them here, right? But this is now the players have to be sad because they got I-Twin demoted.
We got him demoted. Yeah, I feel bad. Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man.
I'm just going to leave a couple of soap scraps for him because that's all I can give, really.
He's going to need it. The male monkey stinks.
Listen, yeah, I want to flip him some money. I feel really bad, so I'm going to give him another 10 gold. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
And at least it takes some cheese out of her backpack and gives it over to him.
You give him cheese?
Yeah.
Nice.
He's going to have to eat.
Yeah. Okay. So he's pretty upset, right? He's doing that like wide-eyed, like things are really bad, I don't know what to do look, right? And he sees you guys and he's like, "Hey, so my uncle worked at this bar for a while. It was called Harpies. I'm gonna go drink there tonight if you wanna meet up." And he just sort of hangs his head and starts to walk away.
I mean, I'm going to turn to the two companions of mine now and say, I really want to buy this guy a drink. I feel bad about what happened. What do you think, guys?
I agree.
Totally, let's do it.
Chin up, lad.
Chin up, lad. We'll buy you a drink and we'll start from there, eh?
Yeah, he does the, he kicks the ground and he's like, yeah. And like, so unless you guys do something, the last scene for that room is just like the last of the cord, right? It's just like zipping and just goes around the corner. It's been trailing him like 100 feet.
As the scene ends and the cord trails away, I'll look at the cord and look at him and say, it's tomorrow problems. We'll have a drink.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right, cool. So the party has made it to the Island of Stars, the Selayan Isles, as they are also known. What do you want to
Is
do?
that this one day?
Yeah. So you are technically on. Oh, I'm drawn on it. You're technically on that map right now. Between every island, you can take ferries. Pretty much all of them are free. There's a few ferries that are not free. But we're gonna mostly just kind of travel, right? And we're good unless something
Yeah.
happens on one.
Are they daily, the ferries?
A couple times a day for most of them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like pretty much. Sometimes you have to wait an hour or two, but for a lot of them, they're so close that like it's pretty near constant.
Okay.
So, question about the railway. Where did it start? On the mainland or somewhere else?
Yeah, so the Long O is a massive dwarven undertaking that you truly cannot fathom the amount of like time, hours that went into building it. And then now it's the dwarves are pretty much in charge of transportation of most goods, just because they can get anywhere.
The dwarven Niger, and then because of that.
Yeah, so they this is a last stop because the dwarves are so these are all the Elven Isles, the Island of Stars, the Selayan Isles, right? And pretty much anybody's more or less allowed here, although you don't just people don't necessarily like vacation here. You're supposed to have a reason if you show up. The elves are not that hospitable. Even elves that are born here cannot just go into the ancient ancestral lands this way. You have to have like a religious like permission basically to go. There are some like political things that can send you into there. There's obviously been like people who have gone out there anyways, right? And then sometimes there's like rescue missions mounted, but by and large, like it is a very wild and untapped wilderness.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, and so the dwarves cannot. They're not even allowed to dig underneath it. They're just literally like they hard stop. They cannot go. So
Okay.
the Dwarven O goes pretty much everywhere else in the world, at least in some capacity. There's obviously some places they don't like make it to, but it's
Now, I assume it's long, but the O, is that relevant to the shape of it at all?
just supposed to be like it's circular. You theoretically you can ride all the way around the world and come back. Obviously, not literally because this is a stopping point.
Got you.
No. Are you looking to get any more information on that, Goophin? Are you like keeping your ear to the ground for?
Just sussing things out.
Yeah, no. So one of the tricks I have for campaign prep, DM prep, stolen from my friend other Art Josh is just like 10 secrets the party can find out like every game. So there is obviously a secret about the Dwarven Long O that has not yet been discovered. So I was curious if you're like yakking people up about it.
Well, I definitely am. That's what I do. Like, I'm a bard and a storyteller, and so I spend my time in bars listening to stories and telling stories. So I'm definitely looking for that information.
Yeah. And maybe tonight over a drink we can ask our friend who worked there.
Yeah, he's a good source of information. So I think there's a few hours between when you finally get out of like customs and you meet up with that kid. So do you guys want to do anything in particular? Do you want to run into people? Does anyone want to buy anything? Or do you want to just cut to that scene?
I'm just gonna take some soap from my backpack and replenish the shavings in my front pouch.
So you shave a little bit of soap off your bar or your chunk, and you put it in your pouch. And that's your currency.
Yeah. You can't be too sure with the COVID going.
Well,
That's absolutely true.
Oh, it's too funny.
Okay.
I'm keeping my ear to the ground in general in any new place. So
Okay. So yeah, you just want to get a feel for the islands and whatnot.
yeah.
What time of the day is it when we arrive?
I was figuring it was probably right around when like right now when we started, right? So probably between like 3 and 4 ish. So starting to be late afternoon, and you would expect to meet up with this kid, like 8, 9, maybe 10 o'clock tonight. So you got a few hours to kill.
I would ask the guys if they would like to take a walk around and just get a lay of the land.
Yeah. Are the pony and the direwolf welcome, or is that causing some weird things outside?
As long as they behave, you're good. Yeah. The there's some sort of like agriculture and animal husbandry around here, so nobody seems to be having too much trouble. And it's like y'all stink of adventure, you know what I mean? Y'all weird looking and you got weapons everywhere. Like the average person just doesn't even want to mess with you.
Do we see anyone?
Wave at like everybody that she sees. Just
hey! Yeah, exactly. And like decent amount of people give you a wave or a nod. Most people aren't like, hey, hi. But like the general mood is probably even a little more friendlier than you were maybe expecting.
Is there anyone else like kind of looks like us around, like that look like they might be adventurers or whatever?
Yo, what up, AJ? That's a good question. I think, hold on, let me see if I've got a chart I can do this off of, because I didn't necessarily prep.
Prep for us wandering around.
Yeah, I mean, usually I just lean up against the carousing rules, but like, that's a really good question that creates a like you guys are going to have an observation or a series of observations that can like either give you information about the world or not. Yeah, I'm not seeing a good chart or anything. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Let's have each of you roll a 1, 2, 3. Each of you roll a d16. Thank goodness we're playing on Roll20. Because that wouldn't exist.
I don't have a D16 as a dice, so I just
/ roll 1d16.
Yeah. So in Roll20, it's /roll, isn't it? I always get confused because I've got the dice in my Discord, but it's exclamation roll in there.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I'll flip them up. All right.
Say I rolled a 10.
So we got a 6, a 10, and an 11. Oh, sorry, apparently I'm tired. Okay. So we've got a cyber leg. 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, okay. All right, so the first thing you pass is an elf with like you would have assumed maybe his leg had been amputated at some point, perhaps due to injury or illness, right, or something. But it the flesh that is remaining, at least that you can see on his leg, is actually molded like and tapered quite well to this like thin spindly cyber leg that is like one of those kind of like recursive ones that have like the little bit of bounce onto it. So like dude looks like hella athletic.
Bounce on it like the guys that run in like the modern Paralympics.
Yeah, like blades.
Yeah, like blades. Yeah, cool,
exactly. Cool. And he's got that, and he's just moving and cruising, no trouble. Doesn't seem to be doesn't think anything of it, and neither do the people around him. And then it's like there's that same sort of like wires, we'll call them for convenience, right? Wires and lights and diodes and things on this guy's leg. And so that's kind of like you're like I'm not 100% sure. And as you guys are getting the lay of the land, you also pass by what basically amounts to either like college level students or perhaps like researchers or academics that all have the Geordie LaForge like visor
Uh-huh.
from Star Trek. They've got that, but it's more like a tiara. It's not actually over their eyes, right? But they're all wearing this same sort of like diadem or something that seems to interface through their temples. And it just seems like a good number of people are sitting here with some like high tech stuff going on.
So like upgrades.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, looking at this and looking at AI Twin, it doesn't really seem like there was anything suspicious going on.
Well, sure, but I mean, how would you know that? Nobody was from here.
Right, okay.
So yeah, it's quite common that quite a few people have got these kind of upgrades.
And I think that's probably something, Oliver, that sticks to you a little bit more. And you can tell me what you have or haven't heard about your family, but I don't think you remember hearing about like, good old fighting daddy, right? With like a souped up wristwatch that blasted laser beams or anything, right? Like,
definitely not. No. This is all new to me.
yeah. And in fact, like you haven't run across any elves that have had this, like even out in the world, you know what I mean? Like you like go through the Rolodex of elves and you're like, I don't remember seeing this on anybody. Why is it just here?
Yeah, like I've never heard of it before from any other part of the world or anything. This is all brand new.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very curious. I kind of want to ask someone about it, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean,
First of all, I want to say to the guys, I'm going to say to Alicia and to Winifred, like, what's with these? They have this. Is this magic? What's going on? Like, what do we make of this? That's going on with these people, guys.
I don't know. I'm not from here.
Never seen it before.
I've never heard of anything like this.
Maverick's been sniffing a lot, and he's not overly happy with what he's seeing, just because it's so different and it's bright and shiny, and he's like, "What is this?"
Sure.
And it's just that your everyday average people have these things.
Seems like certainly not everyone, right? Like you've definitely passed 100 people, right? And you've seen like 6 that have it, but also iTwin had one too.
Yeah, okay. But his only one was the thing on the neck. He didn't have something else, no?
Yeah, you haven't seen anyone else with the neck.
No, I'm asking, did iTwin, did he have anything else, or was it just the thing on the neck?
Upgrades.
Yeah, you didn't see any more. If he did, they weren't obvious.
Okay. Well, I'm curious about when we get to the bar to see if the kind of people the patrons of a bar, if any of those have anything, and then I can maybe get talking to someone about it.
Oh yeah, we should check out a farm too. Maybe take some of that back for some of my town folk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering, Goophin, does I mean, I know I'm gonna say it wrong. Is it Alicia? Alicia. Does Alicia like look at this and think like, oh, if I had a hand for a battle axe or something, would I be able to wield it better? Or is that like very much not what you're feeling?
Well, it was curious watching the guy with the blade, how well they moved, but it didn't seem to be motorized in the way that a hand is, but definitely looking at it, like, is it trying to judge, is this good or bad?
Sure. Okay.
They seem happy with what they have, but are they happy?
Okay.
Were they born with a defect and then dealt with, or how, like, why? Very much thinking of like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Why not for everybody?
Yeah.
Is it classes? Are these the rich people?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of how I could benefit from it. Like, I'm immediately thinking of what I could have.
Absolutely. Cool. No, that's cool. That's kind of where my head was at too. All right. Does anyone want to purchase anything? Does anyone want, a scene, a question, or do you want to cut to iTwin, AI Twin?
Yeah, I really need to buy this guy a drink for anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I can afford anything anyway, so.
Okay, cool.
So buy a drink on your behalf.
Well, in character creation, I got really lucky on the dice roll for how much gold I have. So, like, the drinks can be on me for this. Don't worry about this.
Yeah.
Good, because I only got 2 gold. That's all I could have left.
Well, I already gave him 15, so I paid his fine and gave him another 10, and I still have a bit left, so we're good.
Nice. All right. So you go over to the Harpy, I assume.
Yeah, that's the name of the bar, right? The Harpy.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'll say to the guys that we're gonna have to find a job after this because after I get some drinks in, I'm not gonna have that much left.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like without a job.
Yeah.
And then
Word.
obviously you guys, like the game is what you choose to do. But don't forget there is a dwarf here somewhere that is trying to sell an artifact of the is it Freyan? The Church of Freya, the Freyan Church?
Yeah.
Now, do we know that he's on this island or he's somewhere on these islands?
Somewhere on these islands.
Ah, okay. So we need to.
Theoretically had to come in the same way you did though.
Yeah, so our buddy might have seen him come by if he has come and might know where he went.
No. Okay.
I'm hoping he's our buddy.
Yeah,
So
so what?
Yeah, after we yanked.
So right, don't worry about the money just now, then, guys. I'm sure we'll have enough to have a drink, and then we can still try and track this guy down. First of all,
Yeah.
if we run out of money, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
So the the exterior of the Harpy is a pretty nice, pretty lavish looking building with just kind of a surprisingly like simplistic sign hanging right above the door, right? And it's like a it's like an action shot of like a feathered awful creature like karate chopping or karate kicking something. But assuming y'all are good with it, you can head right in, right? Nobody hassles you at the door, nobody says anything.
Is there someone somewhere to hitch up the pony so that she feels safe, or is it?
Yes, absolutely.
And yeah, and is Alicia allowed to take her dog in to the bar?
Yeah.
I want to know. Is it a dog friendly place? That's very important.
Yeah. So you hit the door.
One more quick question, just as we're going in? You said there was a sign that says the Harpy. Is there any picture on that sign? I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't even think it says the Harpy. I think it's just like a feathered flying creature, right, in like a sideways stance, like kicking, right, and the sign is just always swinging.
Yes, very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of reds and yellows, and then above it says "Pow."
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So like as you kind of come in, right, with Maverick, whoever it is behind the bar, I think that the lady's she's behind the bar hitting some taps right now. She just sort of looks up, says, "Is there going to be any trouble?" Looking at you.
No.
I mean, I smile back and say, "Certainly not from me, sweetheart, madam, boss."
Yeah, she kind of lowers her gaze and says, well, "What's the dog's name then?"
My dog's name is Maverick. If you're nice to him, he'll be nice to you.
Well, would he like a little bit of bone broth, or should we just bring him some water?
Bone broth would be nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Maverick eats free tonight. The rest of you find a table. And she likes the dog more than she likes you all.
Oh, nice. What kind of other patronage is in the place?
Yeah, pretty actually probably heating up a little bit, right? There's probably a lot of people finishing dinner by the time you guys have arrived. Let's call it like 7 by the time you found the place. So a lot of like clattering of utensils on bowls and stuff, right? Some wooden, some ceramic. But and like just the gentle chatter of a normal room, right? Not loud, because I'm gonna be elvist for a second and say like they're pretty quiet and pretty reserved. They're not usually being rough and rowdy like humans are. So I think
they might not be entertained by a song.
Yeah, well, if it's good, they probably will be. But like there's not a din in the way that like humans continuously like escalate their volume to talk over everyone that's around them. But certainly like a fairly busy room right now. But it looks like it's self-service. You don't see like waiters or anything kind of coming around. Either they bring you one bowl, then you bring it back up, or else you just pick it up from the bar. It's not you're not entirely sure yet.
Okay, I want to know like how much gold is it going to cost me to buy a round for everyone in?
Everyone in the room.
Nothing for me.
Goophin, would you roll me 5d4? I want to know how many people are in here. So whatever you roll is going to be how many people Oliver would theoretically have to buy for.
I'll say to Winifred, nothing for you. You won't have a drink with us.
No, I got my water.
I'll see if they've got any dwarven ale. You wouldn't like a nice pint of dwarven ale?
No,
Oh,
I'm
shoot,
fine.
change that over.
So,
Okay, drinks for everyone that wants them.
Apologies to anybody who has an accent that's Irish or Scottish because I'm butchering this shit.
I love it. I love it. It's all good.
Okay, so 12. So only 12 people, not counting yourselves. So that's not too bad.
Right, I want to buy a round of drinks for everyone that's in.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find.
while we're getting the drink spot, are all the people around there? How many of them have that weird stuff, the shiny stuff?
I would say since you rolled a 4 only once, I would say one of them.
Okay.
So I'm seeing ale by the gallon. I'm seeing meals per day, but I'm not seeing drinks. Oliver, do you got a drink chart for second edition?
I don't have a chart. I just kind of like how much is a meal. I just say like a drink is the same as a meal, eh?
Yeah. So the meals per day, good is 5 silver, common is 3 silver, poor is 1. A pitcher of shit, where'd it go? A pitcher of common wine is 2 silver. So yeah, I think a gallon of ale is 2 silver. So I don't know, maybe like I think like maybe 12 silver total to hit everybody.
Okay, so I'll pay 2 gold and tip the bar, whoever's on the bar, the 8 silver
Nice.
that's left over.
Okay.
So I'll take 2 gold off my sheet, so that's 20 silver.
Nice.
If a round of drinks for everybody, and the 8 silver that's left over, I'll tip the bar
Yeah.
tender.
So she kind of comes over to you afterwards, and you can see she's got a bottle with no label on it, and she just puts down 2 glasses, right? And she pours one. It's the one close to her, and she looks at you. She says, "My name's Yak."
Hi Yak, my
Yeah.
name.
Well,
Hi Yak, I'm RX, and I like hold up the glass and like wait for her to chink glasses with me.
Yeah.
And if she chinks glasses,
Yeah, she hasn't filled yours yet, though.
oh, all right, okay, I'll wait. I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'll say
yeah.
hi. I'm RX.
Yeah. So she's sitting down, assuming shit names. I usually get to cheat, and the names are on the
I'm
overlay.
RX. This is Alicia, and this
Alicia.
is Winifred.
Yeah, Alicia and Winnie. So she sits. You guys are at a table together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she sits. She's only put 2 glasses out so far. She's poured one for herself, and she's looking at RX, and she sort of side eyes the two of you and looks back at you, RX. She goes, "Okay, you spent some money in the bar. That's pretty good." And she pours your glass.
Okay, so I'll lift it up and hold it up to chink glasses with her.
Yeah.
Does she do it?
She ends up clinking the bottle with you.
All right. Okay, so I'll wink and drink my shot.
Yeah, she does it as well. Okay.
Nice.
Let's try a con check. Not that
D20 against my constitution.
Not that it's going to get you drunk, but that it's much stronger than I think you were expecting. Okay.
Oh, I nailed it.
No trouble. No trouble. And she looks, right? She looks. She watches. And she's like, yeah. Yak will remember this, right? Flashes across the top of your screen. And she slides the other drink over to you if you want it. The one that she poured first.
Okay, now bear in mind I winked before I took the drink and nailed it like that. So yeah, I'll nail the second one as well then. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, she says, all right, so what's the plan? How can I help you?
Just looking around just now, and at the moment I'm looking at these two because I don't want to say too much. I mean, at the moment we're just having a drink.
Earlier, who said he was coming in tonight, and we're wondering, has he been already?
Who's that?
AI twin? I missed his name.
Yeah, you got it. Because
Has he been here tonight, or are you expecting him later?
oh no, haven't seen him yet. I know who you're talking about though. The guy I won the bar off of. It was his like cousin's nephew or brother's son or something. Yeah. No, I know. He's stopped by a few times. No, not tonight. You haven't seen him.
It's a nice place you have here, Yak. I say as I look around. Realizing that she's the owner of the place.
Yeah, she smiles. I try. We like to keep it calm, level, but you see somebody from out of town, you have to wonder.
So she's
And-
an elf, this lady.
Yep. And she Goophin, I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but she goes to pet Maverick. She goes to like scruffle him.
Ooh.
I reach down and put my hand on Maverick's head and
Yeah.
say it's okay.
Yeah, so she
So
stops.
she can pet him because she gave him the food, and
Yeah.
and he's not alerting that there's something off, so I let that happen.
Sure. That was my expectation. Like, I think she expects that since she provided food, she's good in his eyes, but like you're saying he's really well trained. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually didn't eat the food until I told him he could.
Oh. I don't
He
think
put
she
a bowl down in front of him, and he doesn't just eat food.
That's a well-trained dog. Yeah, I don't think she would have noticed that either. I think that would have been another assumption of hers.
It's just a small hand signal that he was happy to take because he was hungry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so she pauses for just a brief second, right? And then, you've said it's okay, right? And so she scruffles him. She says, yeah, interesting lot. So tell me more.
Well, I think we were kind of curious about everybody walking around with them upgrades, enhancements, what you call it.
She doesn't have any of the upgrades, does she?
Mm-mm.
This lady.
Yeah.
There was only one, I think, in the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You see her get kind of guarded for a moment, right? Which I don't even know that that's weird, but she does. And she says, yeah, a lot more. And she says, I'm terrible with the English language. I think it's a proper noun, right? Where she goes, a lot more callings lately, right? And you recognize like that word callings as like the thing she's referring to.
Okay.
She goes, not sure why, but yeah. And she, shoves a thumb over her shoulder, right? And she goes, that guy back there, he's got one of the more, she rolls her eyes, popular ones, I guess. Supposedly they're building some interface, they called it, some conglomerate, something for everyone.
Does she recognize the word the tangle?
Yeah. Yep. Why do you say tangle?
Because that's what the AI twin was connected to.
Yeah, but she was connected to the tangle, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what the elves said.
Remind me what I said in that moment.
We had asked why there was wires coming from his neck, and that it was why they didn't have notices up, and they said that it was the ancients, magic, and that he volunteered to be connected to the tangle, be a part of the collective, I think.
Okay.
And this is what she's talking about. This guy over here's got he's got an implant that's connected him to the tangle, is what she's saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. This is fucking interesting but weird. Some Matrix shit.
So, do all of the people connected to the tangle have wires coming from them?
So yeah, I haven't heard that word, but yeah. Yep, you've got it exactly. They're all a little different, but some sort of port.
So the
Tell
ones
you what,
who
we thought
had
it was
the foot, how is that connected? It looked the same, but there were no wires.
Wireless connection, modern.
For this guy, you're saying?
Yes, or for the ones with the eyes, like there's no wires. So how are they connected?
Sure, they aren't necessarily. But so the guy who's at the bar is on his own time right now, but if he reports to work, he will jack in.
Okay. So his connection is for when he's at work, he plugs into the system. Okay. This is fucked up.
Yes. Any other questions for her? Not like ever, just, right now, because iTwin's going to hit the door pretty soon.
I want to know, like, what kind of money does this cost? Does this cost a lot of money for these upgrades?
Yeah, and she shakes her head, says, no, that's... So, the calling, supposedly... And she cracks a smile. She goes, elves only. When it draws you back home to the ancestor lands, they return with blessing.
Okay, so at this point, I'll pull my hair back a little bit over my ear to expose my like slightly pointed ears and say, "What about half elves?"
I'm part elf. Yeah, and she smiles and she goes, "No wonder you could stand that drink. Oh, you little sneak!" And she puts a finger right in your face.
So yeah, what about me? Would I be able to have one of these if I say I wanted to, hypothetically?
She goes, honestly, I don't know. I think probably. I don't know anyone who's gone to get one. The calling is a very personal and spiritual. You receive it, yes.
Okay. So if I receive the calling, then I'll know.
Yeah. Or,
Who
supposedly.
confirms the calling?
I'm sorry.
Who confirms the calling?
I don't think anyone. I don't know how they separate it, right? We're not supposed to go into the ancestor lands unless we've heard the calling or for specific reasons, and yet more people are going now than ever. And
Okay, so ideas are going off in my head about like faking the calling like straight away.
Yeah.
I heard the call.
Yeah, I'm the big faker. That's what my character's kit is. Is a charlatan, so he's thinking about how he can. Right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an actor.
Yeah, no, it's true.
If he does succeed at faking the calling, can we, as his companions, go with him, or are we banned from going inland?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yes, that's what. Well, I'm going to ask her. Does someone that gets the calling get to have companions?
Yeah, she's like, I don't know. And she says, certainly, I'm not a keeper, a watcher, whatever they do on the shore. But I imagine, non-elves have gone in before. I think it's all just permission based. She goes, actually, and she turns her head, and like right as that's happening, you can see the door has just opened up, and iTwin is there, looking hopeful.
Right?
Right?
Looking hopeful. That's better than I was expecting.
I think he scans the bar, right? He doesn't see you at first, and he kind of, and he gets a little. He's
over here, lad.
Right.
Hold your ladder up, then he'll see it.
Ladder. Recognize that.
Yeah, and he turns and he perks up and he hustles on over. He's like, hey guys. Oh man. The harpy, you came.
Lad, we promised, we said we would. Now let us buy you a drink. So yeah, like let me do another 2 gold, Dave, and just buy another round for everybody in the place, okay?
Yeah, I think this time there's the first time people might have like nodded or looked your way, right, and smiled. This time there's like a yeah, right? There's a little cheer.
There you go. Okay, I took 2 more gold from my character sheet in, so I'll buy another round for everybody and tip the bar. Is it the woman? Is she working at the bar? The owner woman that we spoke to, this yak?
Yeah, seems to be the only person working.
Okay, so I'll just tip her then.
Yeah. So she'll take the coin happily.
Cool. Okay.
And she says, "Oh, little iTwin, here you are, because your friend's here. Smart to bring him here. A lot of questions about your mission inland." And he just sort of looks. She shrugs, and she'll Arik, she refills your 1 drink out of her special bottle here.
Okay, now does she fill hers as well? 'Cause she had the 2 glasses. I want to know what she does with the second glass here, actually.
So when you drank, so there were 2 in front of her, right? She filled the first one that was
Yeah.
close to her. She filled the second one for you, and you cheersed it.
Yeah.
She was drinking from the bottle. She gave you that second drink. So I don't know if you
Okay.
took it or not.
No, I did. But this time, does she fill up both? I want to know. 'Cause I
No,
wanna know.
she fills yours and starts to walk away. She
Okay,
gives
well,
you a little wink back.
as she starts to walk away, I just like tap it on the counter and look at the other glass that's there.
Yeah.
Like gesture at the other glass because I'm wanting her to fill up the 2.
Oh, she's like, she's like, I'm
From
gonna
my
have to.
friend here. From my friend.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna have to. She's like, I'm gonna have to put you to work, and she fills the bottle.
Oh, so she fills the second glass, right?
Yeah,
So,
fills the second glass. Yep.
okay, so I slide the second glass along to iTwin.
Yeah.
Drink up, mate.
He looks at her and he looks back at the drink. She's like, you heard him. And he just like a loud gulp. I'm gonna roll for him.
Let's see how he handles it.
Yeah.
So first we get him demoted, and now we might get him snockered.
Oh, he makes it. He's okay. He doesn't kill it like RX does, but he makes it. Yeah.
Nice,
He just
okay.
he just complains a little. He's just like, great.
So now he's had that nice strong drink, we can ask him a little bit about the calling and the what was the Matrix called again? The Tangle.
Tango.
Yeah. So when I'm in, I don't even notice it. But I've seen, they've told me things. They can see what I see. It's like magic, but it's easier, cheaper. No one has to cast the whole time.
Where is it connected to?
The whoever they were that showed up, security's gotten very different since they stopped just being posted. You know, I used to know some people in security. You know, I've been on the job for, 6-7 months now with this upgrade, and it's just been very quiet. Everyone's just alone, and security's all different. There's got to be a room somewhere that has everything. I didn't follow the end of the wire.
So you don't know what's in the control room.
No.
All right, buddy. Okay, so tell me about the calling. What's the calling like?
Yeah. All right, we're gonna learn something about Winnie right now. Are you ready, Brew?
I'm ready.
Okay. Is your religious drive or bent, is it because you were raised that way, because shit got hard and it helped you through it, right? Do you feel the hand of your god at your back, right? Is it the wind beneath your wings kind of thing, right? What's your religious bent?
I mean, I would say that I'm devout, but that I haven't necessarily felt like a presence. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I grew up with it, I learned it. I'm trying to embody it, but haven't gotten that affirmation yet that
Sure.
I'm on the right kind of thing.
Okay. Do you feel like Winnie has seen other people who have at least professed to have that, right? That steady hand of the maker at their side? Even if it's a different religion, is she aware of people who are I would say fanatic, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I would think that her mother was probably more so the teacher of those things growing up, so she probably had some experience that made it an important aspect of Winnie's life to teach her.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the qualities that he takes on as he begins to talk about the calling, right? Like that it is beyond, right? It's not faith, it's fact. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, the calling. I've never been so sure of anything. I knew exactly where I needed to go. I knew exactly what I needed to do. I I just woke up. It was more than a year ago now, but I remember that day forever. And I was so proud. I was so proud when I took the boat. I took the boat into the island, and they saw me, and there was no question. They asked me questions, obviously, but they give you a cool backpack and like a bunch of supplies, and then because I was just me and there weren't a lot of people, and they said I wasn't really cut out for going through dangerous stuff. It was cool. Like a couple people came with me and just kind of watched me the whole time, and a lot of
Ooh.
questions. And yeah, now I got any points, right? And he's got like, we would understand them to be like like a data jack, right? He's got like 3 little ports in the back of his neck where you could like plug in a headphone set and listen to his thoughts or something.
So that's great and all, but like, did it come to you in a vision? Did you hear yourself being called? What exactly are these ports doing for you? Like some people, it looks like it benefits them, but these are, maybe we're not seeing the benefit.
Yeah, it made me, like I was able to just like, I made the the security stop and like the customs check-in way faster. Like it's just me. I was so good at it right up until that ladder. Now I'm back in the mailroom
The
again.
accident. We're
Sad.
sorry about that, buddy.
I'm sad about that.
We're not from around here, and that was kind of a sight to see.
Yeah.
So in your case, you used your calling to be able to come back and get these upgrades, but you've just used it to be able to get a promotion at work, so they can plug you into the system at work for your job. Is that right? In security?
Oh well, I didn't. You don't go in like I'd pick a gun. You know what I mean? Like if I had a choice or something, right? Like I'd be big or something. But you get what yeah. Like I saw somebody that got a leg. I think I like this more than a leg. The legs.
I'm just taking mental notes here about all the different things that are available. I mean, I want to ask then, what kind of things could be available?
Yeah, I don't. He's like, between you and me, I don't think we've seen the end of it. I don't know if you've noticed. Probably not because you're not from here. There's a lot of people getting upgrades lately. The calling is happening. There's more. It's faster. I think something big is gonna happen. This is Elven supremacy coming to say it's time.
Oh,
So like, why can't I get these upgrades or my folk?
It's like, I don't know. I don't think I've seen you are a dwarf, right?
Yeah, and a lady.
hence the beard.
It's like, I don't think I've seen a dwarf with one. I don't know. I guess maybe, maybe it's elves that made it. It is in the elven ancestral lands, so.
I'm gonna start like grabbing my ears and pinching them in so that I can try and train them to be like more pointy. Because I'm only a half elf, but I want to try and. I am a master of disguise. I have that. It's another way of proficiency. So I'm gonna like try and mold my ears, their shape a little bit, try and fold them over or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I don't. Maybe. I mean, I see you're devout, so. Maybe your god can make a deal, right? You could like help spread the word, right? Maybe if you wanted to like get inducted, we could, I don't know. I don't know what their requirements are.
So I guess if I get the calling, then I just show up on the shore and tell the guys that I got the calling. They let me go about it, right?
Yeah, that's how it was for me.
What kind of questions did they ask you?
They asked a lot about like, and it's weird, do you ever like know what you need to do, but like maybe you can't explain it?
Right. Okay.
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like, I knew where I needed to go, and no, never mind. And he just looks at his drink for a minute.
No, keep going.
Yeah. Keep going.
He's like, yeah. So The male monkey. You want to know about the male monkey?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you about the male monkey. Okay, so all right, is this they've had him down there for a really long time. And he's like kind of getting old and gray hair, and he's like a little bald on top. And the scene cuts away from there.
Okay.
And I will not spoil our chat with the male monkey. They can just postulate wildly.
Okay.
So yeah, what are people thinking right now? What do they want to do? What do they want to accomplish? What's the plan?
Well, it's curiosity more than anything, but I like want to see. I want to fake the calling and go and get like a mad implant upgrade in my body. I don't know if it's just curiosity killing the cat or what, but that's
No,
kind of that's my first thought.
No,
Yeah, so can we also ask him wait, hold on, I forgot. Give me a second.
I was thinking of asking about that. The
dwarf.
any others that have come into town
the
that
what?
might have had the artifact
Have
or
you
like
seen anybody like me, but more masculine, I guess?
Okay. Yeah. So we cut back in the conversation, after the after the male monkey has been explained, and everybody's like, "Oh, right." And he takes another like long drink. And so Winnie, you ask him if he's seen any other dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He goes, I think like one or two. Not many though. Is that why you're here? Do you have a friend here?
Well, no, but I sure would like to make some friends.
Okay. Yeah, well, if I get any mail for him, like professional courtesy, obviously I can't go telling everybody everything, but like I might accidentally, forget and say something.
Apart from ourselves, Dave, have we seen anyone that's not elven here?
Very few. Mostly human that may have been like elven ancestry. And then there would have been a shop of halflings.
A shop of halflings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a shop ran by halflings.
Ooh, what kind of shop?
Potions and alcohol reagents.
See, I really don't have money to be buying anything, but I'm still curious about it. What do you think, guys? Do you want to go like having a look around and like talk to those guys? The shop run by halflings.
I don't mind perusing, but I can't necessarily afford those things,
would Twin be happy to come and join us just as a local that might be able to introduce us?
Yeah, I mean, he nods. He says, "Yeah, we might be able to find like a little bit of food or something, but it's starting to get late, so a lot of places will close up. And I do work tomorrow, but when I get off, we might have a few more hours to work with."
Sure. When do you normally get off?
Well, because I'm back in the mail room, with Mailchimp, I'll be there early tomorrow. But then so probably right around the time we left each other, which you would know to be about 4 p.m. But I haven't dialed in the exact Elven time zones yet. I think it's in 4 hours of 6. Because like the elves only do 4 hours of trance, but I think that like there's a little more on either side of that. So when I was building, what's up?
I was going to say, I think in second edition the elves only need like an hour of time whereas like everyone else needs 8 hours to get like a full rest. Like an elf says translate state, and it's only 1 hour or 2 hours or something.
Yeah, I thought it was 4. Is it only 2 or 1
No,
or 2?
it's only 1 or 2. I think.
That's crazy.
Mate.
Yeah,
I think so.
So when I was
But don't quote
building,
me.
when I was building this, I was thinking they had like 4 segments of the day, and then so they're spent like working, like personal reflection, community service, and like rest. So it's like 4 hour or 6 hours to do whatever you want, 6 hours where you're working, 6 hours where you're making your community better, and 6 hours of sleeping. And the 6 hours of sleeping isn't exactly a full 6 hours, but it's the like shutdown time.
Okay.
But we'll look into that because I do want to be as honest to the rules as I can.
I'll have a quick look. Look, I've got the book up.
Yeah. Yeah, because if they only do an hour, that's crazy. But it'll change kind of like the way they will definitely be open a little more, you know.
So where's this mailroom at? Is it in the same building as the rail stop?
It's an offshoot. Just because obviously a lot of mail is coming in from the Dwarven Rail Yard, so we deal a lot with that. But basically in the same complex. I'll be on the same island, at least for
Gotcha.
now. I think I'll get back up pretty quick. Sometimes I think they fire people or demote them just as like a show of force.
Oh yeah, you got this, lad. You got it.
Yeah, he nods. He smiles. He's like, I haven't been with the long O in the elven, I don't know what to call that. Like out of game, I don't know what to call that because like it would be like it's two groups, right? And like they're not at odds or anything, but it's like the dwarves very much have their own system for doing things, but then like the elves like stop them, right? They're like, you can't take another foot, another step. You're on elven lands. We're gonna take over this, right? So it's like I don't know what that would be.
So like any customs place that I've ever been through, you land in an airport and the country that you're clearing customs owns that land, even if it's a different place. Like in Vancouver, U.S. Customs is U.S. land, even though it's in the middle of the Vancouver airport.
Yeah, I just don't. I guess would it just fall into like the elven government then, right, to handle that, or would they like outsource that into some sort of like building or process or team or something? Because like he doesn't work for the Long O, you know what I mean? Like he works for some elven.
He works for customs and immigration.
Yeah.
Yeah, he works, like that. He works for that department of the government, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So I guess he's a government worker then. So I guess the answer is like, I haven't been with the elven, customs for very long, and now I've, obviously been transferred to mail, but the Long O has actually been I've always thought it was really cool, like. And he looks at you, Brew, and it's like he is drunk as shit, right? And he like puts his arm or his hand on your shoulder because COVID doesn't exist there. And he's like, dwarves are cool,
Well, thank you, my man. I mean, I don't know that you've seen too many of us, but I think we're pretty all right.
He's like, he's like, okay, so don't tell anybody I told you this because it's a secret. He's like in your face.
Wow, okay.
He's like, so they didn't just wake up one day and lay down a railroad. You know what I mean? Like that's impossible. So first they dug it out and they walked it, right? And then they built it further, and then they excavated, they built it further, they excavated it, right? And then they had to bring a crew in to put the tracks and all the like the spinny bits, right? And everything.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's somebody here, but I haven't seen him, but I'm one of the only people that lets people in. Your friend knows about the old Dwarven roads.
Oh.
Yeah. Your friend must be really patient or fast, because like you got here on a railroad, and how long did it take you?
Oh, so long.
And he walked? Or I guess rode like a horse or
Yeah, maybe a donkey.
Yeah, maybe a donkey.
Unless...
By the way, did you see Morgan out there? She's a beaut, right?
I remember.
But unless he stuck in on that railway somehow, did he come in on that Dwarven railway? Is it possible?
Oh, I guess it's possible, but I haven't seen very many dwarves.
So do you happen to know, we noticed the train was really full when we were on it. Didn't see a lot of people get off at the other stops, but not many people got off at our stop, which was supposedly the end of the line. Does that make sense? Or
so I guess it goes back the way now after here.
Maybe it was elven security?
Curiouser and curiouser.
So you've never seen anybody come off the train, go in a different direction that maybe we didn't notice?
oh well. And like he's like in his seat, right? Like moving to try and keep the world from spinning, you know. And he's like, I just wouldn't put anything past. And he like side eyes. He's like, sorry, the dwarves are very clever. There's a lot of
Oh, we are.
secrets. Yeah.
I'm gonna pour some water into his cup.
Trying to slow him down a little bit.
Mhm.
I'm going to say to him, but like, how good? I mean, you got sacked from your job as security the first time you met us. I mean, how good a security officer were you? I mean, do you see everything? Are you omnipotent? Do you really see everything that comes through, or could someone have slipped through?
Yeah,
Alright, he's good.
He starts laughing. He's like, "No, I'm not good." Like at the exact same time he's saying that, he's like, "But that was the point that the that they could review it and sure."
So potentially, whoever this guy is that's got this artifact could have snuck through on the railway.
Oh fuck! Do you think they're like making me not see things?
I mean, we're speculating. I don't know.
That's weird. I don't like that. Maybe I don't want this thing. God, no.
Well, if you were called to do it, I mean, I don't think you give it back.
No, probably not. But it's not gonna do me much good in the mail. So
Has anybody ever given something back?
I don't think so. I think usually just you use it until you die.
Oh, okay.
I'm really curious about it. I really could want to get one. I think. I don't know what I want to get yet, but I really want something. I think.
Yeah, so tell me, do you guys have stuff for like agriculture too?
I mean, I've seen all kinds. You know, really, it's just it improves the person, right? Or maybe like sets them on a path, or maybe one that they didn't know. That was kind of what it was like for me.
I see, I see.
You know, so if you had a hand that could like spray water, that'd be cool. You could like water a field. Oh, I guess you could just you could just use your mouth, and then he just like is hanging over his glass, and he's just like, bleh. And he just really slowly spits. Yeah, it's kind of gross, but he's sort of drunk.
This guy's really drunk, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But what about like an extra arm, extra arms? Is that possible? Like a man could have 4 arms?
Yeah, he turns and looks up. And he's like, I only saw that once. It was a third arm, and it came out of back here, and it had a big. Yeah, it was. I didn't want to get grabbed by it.
Oh. I'm gonna flag down Yak.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of ask if she's got any like bread, like signal to her, like
Yeah,
food.
yeah. I mean, she's definitely got something, but they don't really do much in the way of actual food. So I don't know. Like, are
He tried to sober him up. Like,
Yeah.
she might have coffee.
are peanuts elven enough? Pretzels, maybe. Maybe it's pretzels. Pretzels might be good.
Oh, I like me a good pretzel. I'll have one too.
Yeah, I think pretzels is the right move. Yeah, she's
I
like,
really like pretzels too. So
yeah, she like taps iTwin on the back, and she's like, I think, yeah, she's like, here you go, right? She puts some pretzels down for the table, and they're decent. They're not like amazing, but they're decent, and they're soft though, which is nice.
These are great, Yak. Thank you.
Yeah,
well, thank you, Yak. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
she
Yak.
nods, she pats him on the back. She's like, I think that you did a great job tonight, and you're gonna regret it tomorrow. And she just walks away.
Okay. I was thinking maybe we could ask her about some coffee for the guy as well, if he really needs sobering up badly.
Mm.
I mean, it depends how messy he is.
Yeah, I think that she can probably do that. I don't think that's an issue.
Okay, I'll ask for some coffee for the man then.
Yeah.
This guy's getting like an 8-course meal over here.
I know, he's getting treated. All right. Any other questions for him or Yak? Anything you want to do, or do we want to cut to? Are you guys interested in like chasing down the whatever exists of the late market, or do you want to just hit it early tomorrow?
Well, so we're gonna need a place to stay,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we need to get a room.
Okay.
and we might be here for a while. So, are we gonna meet him back here tomorrow, or?
He's like, yeah, I'll meet you. Yeah, we're gonna, cause you wanted to tour.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if you do come across anybody that looks like me, I'd love to know about it. And I just don't know how you'd get in contact with us if we didn't have a room or something, you know.
Oh yeah, that makes. So I guess we'll just meet back here. Throws his hands around. Yak slides on over, and she places. I don't know that it would be like a business card, but I can't think of what else it would be, right? So I guess it would just, be something between, a business card and like just a scrap piece of paper, right? But it has 12 golden geese written on it, and then like walk, left out of the bar, turn when you see right like the house.
Directions to an inn.
Yeah, house with the orange house with the 3 windows. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like very, very just like I've traveled this path. Yeah. Yeah, and she just says, I can tell you that's reputable. They won't give you any trouble with the animals. They won't, rake you over the coals with the price.
Oh, thank you kindly, Yak.
She says, so then I'll expect to see y'all tomorrow then.
Just right after your work, or like after a while, or.
Oh, you can stop here when you're done shopping.
Okay.
Then I'll take you to a nice restaurant.
Happen to know of anybody needing a set of arms? My boy Arix here seems to be antsy for combat.
No, not that man for combat. Just that our money will run out eventually. We might need to get a job. And that's that's the skills I have is a sword for hire, I guess.
Perhaps we can do some tasks around the town.
Yeah.
I have enough to keep us going for a while. I don't think we have to worry about it yet.
Yeah, she sort of narrows her eyes a little and she says, I can bring you a few options tomorrow. Let me put out the feelers. We don't actually have a ton in the way of adventurers and newcomers, so that's why I was a little excited to see y'all. A little bit of fresh currency. She smiles a devilish smile.
Oh, okay. Well,
How big is this island, by the way?
She goes, so I think, don't quote me on this because I want to sit down and build it better, but I think you guys would have come off the Dwarven Long Island, right, and gone onto this one here. The
bigger one?
Yeah, yep.
That one.
This one, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think that's where you are right now. I want to build a key, right, and a scale map. Let me pull something up because I know relatively how long these islands are. This is the whole chain here goes a little up and down, from what you guys can see, but right, because this one trails off the bottom, right, but primarily you're seeing everything. It's supposed to be about to Japan long, right, as far as like this long chain of islands.
Oh, right, okay, so these are big islands then.
Yeah, so the little island we're on isn't like walk across it in an hour.
No. It's bigger than that.
These are big islands, right, okay.
Yeah, and I'll build an actual key into that. That was one of the things I wanted to do over the 2 weeks.
It's quite easy actually. If you go to the page options on the map, so if you change map and you go to the cog, and then you just go to where it says grid on or off, it'll have a number, and you can change so when it measures, you can change the scale there.
Yeah. Yep, I see what you're saying. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'll get an actual, because I'll build a measurement key right into the map too.
Yeah.
But then so
So see that thing you're pulling out, and it says 45 feet, 55 feet. You can change that, so it'll say like
right,
10 kilometers or 100 kilometers, whatever you wanted to do, and you just change that in there.
right. That'll be cool. It'll be handy to have.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we're on this one here, and it's quite a big island. Then.
Yeah. So sorry. The whole chain is a length of approximately two of the Japanese islands. Not each island is that big. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, but that still makes this island pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, as compared to like a tiny spit of land that you could run over. So it's saying the Japanese archipelago is 3,000 kilometers or 1,900 miles in my terms. So that might actually be long enough on its own. I want to get a feel for what that is to like walk across it. Because I don't think I want it to take much more than a day to travel the entire thing if you're going right nonstop. But I wanna double check before I commit to anything too much. Any other? Sorry.
I was just going to say your maps are so much nicer than mine, man. I love it.
Yeah, it needs a little sprucing up, but it was fun to do. It's something that I really enjoy doing.
That's the thing of beauty, mate.
Yeah. Any other questions, thoughts, things you want to do either with Yak or with iTwin?
I mean, I'm just a little bit worried that he's going to be okay to go to his work tomorrow. So I just want to try and make sure he gets sobered up a little bit.
Sure. I think.
could always-
Do you, oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say we could always offer to wake him up. Wake him up in the morning.
I was just gonna say, you have someone who can just take a heal check, right? Or you have an actual cleric with you if you guys want to like make sure, right, that he's not too.
So, are you saying by casting Cure Disease or by casting Cure Light Wounds or something, you can knock off a hangover?
Yeah, I would say a medicine check, a successful medicine check, right, would alleviate the worst of the concerns. I think, like a remove poison, right, would literally just like cure instantly alcohol.
I guess a hangover is just alcohol poisoning, so.
In the strictest, weirdest sense.
Yeah, innit? So Cure Poison would be the
I don't have
effective spell.
Poison until later, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a level up.
That's fair. You may not have it, and even if you did, it might not be prepared. But a medicine check is enough to like, you snuck him some water, but you can like medicine check, be like, hey, actually, like good luck on your next day. Let's all drink. You know what I mean? And like trick him into drinking more water or right whatever else. Slip him wear some wet wool socks kind of thing.
So I don't have any kind of healing non-weapon proficiency. Brew, does your character have that? Does
I have.
have?
Sorry, I have a healing proficiency.
Nice.
Non-weapon proficiencies are fishing, weather sense, healing, cooking, and religion.
Nice.
Yeah. You should do a healing one on him then.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, how to?
It should be governed by wisdom, I assume. Does it say that right now?
On the sheet, there should be a dice next to it, actually.
Oh yeah. Oh, so successful.
Success.
So if you
Nice.
want to tell us what you do, you totally can. Otherwise, if you just want to say, yep, it works, that's fine. It's really how much you want to lean in on it or not.
Give him some pats on the back, some water, and I say, Freya be with you.
Yeah, he nods. He's like, okay, cool. The dwarves are cool, man. I like this, yeah. And he like, hiccups. He's still swaying a little bit as he walks, but he's not, like sloppy drunk anymore, spitting into his drink or whatever.
This is important because we already got him demoted the first time we met him. Imagine like these next day he's sacked because he went in and he's still drunk or whatever.
Yeah. Goophin, did we lose you or are you
Yeah, audio's not coming through.
I saw
Yeah,
it.
Sorry, I
good
muted
audio.
myself.
Oh no, you're
Oh, there you
good.
go.
Go ahead. Say what you're saying.
Oh, I was just agreeing with Oliver. We demoted him. We don't want him fired the next day. That's not how you make friends.
Right. Yeah, no, I just happened to be, because I've got the screen up multiple times, I was like trying to figure out, like, am I looking at something old, right, with like, you know what I mean? The $1,000,000 question. There's only 6 different things that's happening at once, so. Okay, cool. All right. Any problems or reservations going to, what was it, 12 Golden Geese? I think I called the place.
12 golden geese, you said, yeah. Nah, I'm happy to go there.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, Yak said it's reputable, so I like Yak.
Yeah. Let's see. Lodging, day or week. Common is 3 gold for a week or 5 silver pieces for a day.
So if I pay 3 gold, that puts us up for a week.
Yes.
Okay, I'll pay the 3 gold to put us up for a week.
Nice.
Are you sure about that, RX?
It's absolutely fine. I've got a little bit spare coin. I saved up a little bit before I went out on my adventures.
Yeah.
Such a generous man.
Right.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Stayed with some of the locals, maybe.
Maybe another time we might need to, and we might need your help there. So in this time, I'll help with a little bit of extra coin that I've got. Don't worry about it.
Hi, you can count on me in the future.
Nice. All right, cool. Any conversations that we want to have tonight, right? Do people have like background exposition they want to get out there, or are we mostly like we cut to the next scene in the morning? What do you want to do?
So for Winnie, she would just be saying kind of a prayer to Freya, thanking her for the day, for the blessings, the safe travels, the company, and then probably asking for some forgiveness for what happened to AI Twin.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe some more guidance in the future so that doesn't happen again.
Crap.
Yeah, she's also gonna pull out a mirror and just take probably like 10 minutes before bed to tidy up her beard and her braids.
Oh, I need to fucking do that. Let me tell you.
Yeah, my character also will take a little bit of time to make sure he looks okay, because that's part of his thing. He needs to try and look as good as he can. But before I leave the bar, I'll buy one more round for everybody. I won't drink myself, but I will another 2 gold. I will buy another one for everyone that's in.
Yeah, I would say it probably thins out a little. So if you want to just do one, you can, or if you're trying to tip like you've been doing.
I'll just do one this time. I don't want to be too ostentatious.
Sure. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. Yak nods, right? As this time she goes around and enjoys a drink with everybody too, and she'll see you out, waves goodbye.
Have a nice night. Nice meeting you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Yak.
Just
you.
remember, we're going out to dinner tomorrow.
Just hope my charisma holds up when the money runs out, because I'm doing okay with money so far.
Absolutely true. Okay. Yeah, so Alicia, you've got 2 people sitting here picking at their faces and preening and right smoothing out their feathers. Is this fine? Is this normal?
This is fine. I'll be caring for the pony.
Okay.
Making sure that taking the pack off,
Sure.
brushing her down, making sure she's happy and bedded in when we get to the hotel.
Okay.
And with Maverick, I'm actually letting him know that these 2 are okay.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to be sleeping in the lodge together, then it's probably best that he knows that we're now friends, we're a pack, so that he guards all of us, not just me. Because if one of them wakes up or does something weird in the middle of the night, I don't want him attacking anybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we appreciate that.
Nice.
So we're all friends now. He's
Nice.
happy.
Okay.
Nice.
He can't guarantee though that he won't wag his tail exuberantly and knock over Winnie though.
Well, that's fine.
It happens.
It can't be worse than her on that ladder. She's already got someone devoted.
What do you like how do you communicate with Maverick and Morgan? Like is is it just like a thing that you guys have been around each other for so long, you get if they're good or bad, and you kind of tell them the way it is, or do you feel like you can try and pull information out of them?
With Morgan, it's mostly just, I mean, a pony's a pony, and they're alert and aware of things. So it's a lot of it is just watching them for signals about people they like, people they don't like.
Okay.
If there's an odd sound, where it came from, because the horse's ears will direct you to the sound.
Okay.
And with Maverick, a lot of the commands are a hand gesture that can be, he's always watching what's going on, and if he's not looking at me, I can make a sound to get his attention, and then conduct a command so that nobody necessarily knows what he's doing or what I've asked him to do. There are vocal commands, and if he's out of sight, that I can also give, but because I didn't want my brother knowing a lot of what I was doing with him, so a lot of it was kind of sneaky.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. I play games to see what happens, right? Like, it's an expression, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, we get into a scene, we get into a scenario, and we like talk about things, and we see what's kind of going on. So it's really interesting to me, and this is completely fine because characters are characters, right? But Brew and Oliver both have their characters. Like, okay, we're gonna like work on, okay, what are we doing? How do we present ourselves to the world? What have we done? And it's really interesting to see that like that complete foil, whereas you're like, okay, I check in on this person, I check in on, right? Like, it was really that would be a really great scene to like this episode.
They're my family, so I have to take care of the animals, and
yeah, no, we've definitely learned.
I raised them like the kids.
Yeah, we've learned a lot about everyone, and I like that a lot. So I want to snap back up to Winifred. You have, in my opinion, you have not done anything that has like upset your god, right? Like, you're a little curious, but you didn't pull the wires, you know what I mean? I am curious though, like, do you like lay it out? Do you lay the prayers on extra thick tonight or anything, or are you just like, and also I'm sorry, poor little?
No, I'm gonna lay him on extra thick. That was pretty shit-tacular what we did to him.
Shit-tacular.
Kill him or kill somebody else, but
yeah, okay, cool. Because like I'm actually, I really want to I want you to roll a D100. I want to see if you can get a 5 or lower, which is just 5 times your cleric level. We'll probably do this a couple times. I don't know that it'll happen every night. Ooh, just out of reach. Okay.
Freya, where are you?
Yeah. So I don't think you feel the guiding hand of Freya tonight. But I do think that, like, you tell me, but I would think you feel good about it, right? Like, you don't feel this heavy weight, right? Like you feel like you're like, I was right on those prayers, right? I said everything I needed to, like, the incense burned right, you know what I mean? Like, whatever it was, it felt successful.
Right, yep.
I want to know if I get the calling tonight.
I'll tell you what, we can roll, but it is currently not likely.
Is it 1% chance? Is it?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay,
with
I want to know if I get
the calling up anyway.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. You can pick any number you want.
I'm getting a made up calling, right? So I'm picking 00, right?
Okay. Holy fuck! Oh my god! Can you imagine?
Imagine.
And then it went away.
That's unbelievable.
I think you have like the most vivid dream about the calling, right? It's just like you just can't get it out of your head. Oh my gosh. Okay. A mom with attitude is raiding with a party of 5. Oh my goodness. Hello. Thanks for the raid. You came at the right time.
Welcome, Raiders.
Oh my goodness. You missed it by 1. You missed it by 1. A D percentile, 1% chance. Let's see if you can get the calling tonight. It was so close. Tell me about this dream. Because this is vivid, man. This is a vision. You know for a fact it's going to happen. You know it's coming. It's your time.
So I guess I have a dream in it. I guess it's a bit of clarity about what the calling is and how I'm going to bullshit it if I don't get it. How I'm gonna run the con.
Yeah.
How you gonna finagle your way into a calling?
Yeah, that's what the dream is about. The dream is inspiration on how I'm gonna run my con. That's what the dream is.
So such an elaborate dream. How to ruse all these people.
Yeah. How to ruse these elves.
Oh, that's so good.
Believing that I've had the calling and that I can get to go out into this wilderness and then come back and get some cyber upgrades to my body. Yeah, that's what the dream is about.
Okay, no, that's really cool. Man, I can't imagine if you would hit that 100. That would have literally been insane. I was like, well, I guess you do get the calling.
Like I'm not even supposed to get it, but I got it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So a good night for everyone, right? Freya's maybe forgiveness, right? You wake up feeling like really inspired. You're like, I think I know how to do this. I think I know how I'm gonna fake the calling. Let's get there. Let's do this, streamers. Rise and grind.
Yep. I'm gonna explain it to the guys as well. I'll explain the plan.
Okay, what's the plan?
Yeah.
Bell.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, so how much do I know then from this dream, Dave? I didn't get the calling, but I got a dream with some clarity about how I'm going to fake it. So you tell me, like, what am I feeling? Like, what's my idea?
Sure. Well, I think it's it's very similar where you're like, you have that visceral like, I understand. Like you wake up and the first feeling is disappointment, right? This hole in your heart, and you're like, it's not real. But you're like, I think I can replicate that feeling now. You know what I mean? Because you wanted it so bad, and I think you can kind of draw on that desire and and kind of like go after it like that. The only like real missing piece is I think because you spent a lot of time thinking about this is a really good role, and I know you're gonna like run away with this. It'll be fun. You have a sneaking suspicion that they asked questions not to test iTwin, but because they actually didn't know where they were going. Right? If you remember, he said specifically a bunch of people came with him to keep him safe and protect him, but like he was leading. But he didn't even know that he was leading because he was just kind of like, I just knew what I needed to do, right? So I think that's probably the part that you're stuck on right now is like, you think that you're pretty crafty. You can probably bluff these people into getting you onto the shore. Where the fuck are you going to go after that?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I don't have the calling. I don't know actually what I'm out there looking for.
Yeah. I mean, and you're crafty. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the battle, right? It's just get out there.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I can get out there though.
Yeah, you're pretty confident that like you are better trained than most people at doing that thing. So
I'd have a go at it anyway. I'd have a go at it.
Yeah.
But that's just a thought. That's an afterthought because we've got to try and find this mad dwarf guy with this artifact.
Right.
So for now, we're staying here,
That's
as far as I can tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we taking a quick break?
Yeah, we can do a quick break.
I have to potty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll run and do the same thing then.
Okay.
Cool.
Do a quick 5.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks
y'all for raiding. Don't worry, we're gonna be right back with some content. We're all gonna stretch our legs and kind of roll into the last little bit of our game here. And yeah, powerful dwarven beards, notwithstanding.
So I guess I have to push to talk to say this. What I forgot before was to push to talk and say, welcome Raiders from Dave's stream. I have to push to talk for all the streams to hear me. There's a multi-stream link. There you go, guys. Check that out.
I have to say, Oliver, this is far too much fun.
It's so much fun. I'm just looking, and my first improvement for the next stream will be I've got my camera in 720. I need to put it in 1080. I have it in 720 for like gaming and stuff on Twitch so that it doesn't, take up so much, power. So I can improve my cam quality for the next one. That's the first thing I'm noticing looking at the streams. It looks so good though, with like the overlay thing that Dave made and everybody on cam. I'm so proud.
Yeah.
I'm so
It's been a
curious.
big introduction for me into gaming, into D&D.
Well, you've got like the best DM that I've seen, like that I know, like this guy's amazing. That I'm so curious about these. It's like cyberpunk stuff almost. These implants these guys got. Like
we've got a sci-fi old world thing going.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some sci-fi going on in here. Like this guy's plugged into the Matrix or something. I'm super excited to try and find this mad dwarf with the artifact, like and what it's going to be.
I know. So many mysteries.
I know. It's the hardest session for Dave. It's a DM session 1 because there's so much information. I'm trying to write down some bits. I've got the name of the Selayan Isles, Prince Saleo, who wants to be in charge, but actually it's Prefect Aloric, and something about the mysterious Elven Supreme or something. And this railroad we're called is the Long O. I've written a few things. The name of the tavern we were in was the Harpy. This is the 12 Golden Geese where we're staying.
Yep. Yaks, the person. What I got with the Elven Supreme was no one knows who they are. They're very mysterious, but they're also working along with the Loric to keep the prince from gaining control.
From being in power, yeah. That's what I picked up, I think.
So, but nobody knows who they are. So the Elven Supreme is like whether it's an entity or a committee or handed down from person to person. I mean, who knows who this Supreme is?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Elven Supreme. It's not even necessarily a person. It could be anything. I don't know, like a faith, an ideology, an organization, or it could be a person, or it could be some magic power. That's so many things. It's the mysterious Elven Supreme. That could be anything. Yeah, that's got me very curious as well what that is.
Yeah, I've been taking notes in a document just so that I could remember all the...
Yeah, if you guys want, we can make it like a Google Doc. That way everybody can access it and
definitely
the notes
That'd
going.
Be great.
I haven't kept up to date with it, but there is a website that I use for my game. It's like wiki style as well, where you can hyperlink stuff, so you can put in the names of towns and stuff. Doggo.
A dog? What?
There's a pupster. We had a kitty cat earlier. Now we got a pupster.
I love it. What's next? Who knows?
The direwolf.
Maverick got him covered.
That's dog. The direwolf.
All right. Okay. So I've got timing wise, just like half hour, maybe about 45 minutes. I don't know where everybody else is at tonight. I gotta pop out a little early.
I'm happy with anything, mate.
Yeah.
Good.
That works. Because I know at least for our end, we're starting to get right around dinner time and stuff for our crew. Oliver, what even time is it for you? It's pretty early, isn't it?
Hey, it's coming on 11 o'clock. Yeah, it's early for me, mate. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
And I'm 2 hours behind, so
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm a real stickler about eating. If I don't eat at the right times, I get pretty sick. So, but
No.
I ate a bunch of peanuts on our last break. Those usually do me pretty well.
You got like a hyperglycemic thing going?
I don't have it like diagnosed, but it's just it's tied to my migraines. Like I have to. I just too long in my own body. I know it well enough to know what's a good idea and bad. You know.
No,
Yeah.
you take care of yourself because we can cut early. We can do breaks, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm easy.
Yeah. No, this has been really good though. I'm excited. I know exactly where I want us to be for our cliffhanger. I don't like to surprise anybody with where stuff's at. So.
I'm so super excited about everything, man.
Yeah, it's been really good. So I'm gonna send you guys a link too. So one of my friends, his friend, he and his friend did art for like a comic book competition online, and he's always done these like mecha doodles, right? So he's always done like the biomorph, right? Like both physical and mechanical stuff combined together. And when he was writing the comic, I was like, yo, this would be like a really cool D&D thing. And he was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe, right? But like right as I was writing this game, where I was like, oh, I know the premise, and we talked about that off screen, so I don't want to spoil too much of it for the chat. But I kind of told you guys, I showed my cards a little. He messaged me almost the exact same day and was like, hey, I'm starting to work on like rules for this. And I was like, oh, that's cool. They're 5th edition rules. I'm kind of like borrowing the spirit of some of it, and I've been
amazing.
I've been really happy with how it's been feeling, and you guys have like really leaned in on it, which is a lot of fun.
So if we maybe throw a donation his way, he might do some character art for us.
Oh, that could definitely happen.
Yeah, I love doing stuff like that. Let's talk to this guy, Dave, your friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't get food in your beard there, Brew.
Imagine he did our character art, and then it would just tie in with the theme of your game perfectly, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, his stuff is fucking like next level. But I'll drop the link.
Nice. Yeah, let's go speak to this guy at some point between now and next week. Well, next fortnight. We're doing this fortnightly, yeah?
Yes,
Great.
fortnightly.
Yeah.
Like the kids say.
It was hard enough waiting for this first fortnight to go on. Every fortnight's going to be painful.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad everybody's excited. Hopefully, I'm not disappointing.
So it's been amazing. No, Dave, mate, I'm so excited. Every word that comes out your mouth, I'm hanging on every word. It's amazing, mate. It's amazing.
Yeah, so that's the guy just dropped it in my chat. Hold on, I can drop it in others too. But Ethan Brewerton, yeah, he does art on Twitch as well, actually, just like your friend. Currently timed to. Oh shoot, somebody doesn't like links in their chat. Sorry.
Oh,
Dave
sorry.
got a travel on Bruce stream.
No, you're good. You're good. I didn't even think of it. I can whisper it to you, or you can just see it in the other ones. That's fine.
We'll fire it up in Discord later on.
Yeah, I give you permission too if you want to play.
I was saying, Dave, this has been a really nice, gentle entry for me into this.
Sure.
And part of why I chose having the pony and the direwolf is I'm familiar with horses and dogs.
Could definitely tell you're familiar with horses. That's been very
how all
cool.
that works. So it's like, how am I going to keep her from being skitterish? No. She follows.
Yeah.
So
it's perfect. You talk about what you know. You write about what you know. You know what I mean? Like it follows.
Goophin, we could never tell it was your first time playing D. You've been absolutely amazing. Like,
really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everyone in chat and all the streams is saying as well, like how great you've been.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You've been the MVP of the night. Don't you worry. That and Brew's beard. You do have to share it with the beard.
Brew's beard wins hands down.
Brew's beard is the MVP, exactly, 100%.
It'll be the MVP of the entire episodes of everything. Will be her beard.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
100%, Dave. You're the MVP.
You gotta get some gray in there.
You're also the MVP, Dave, the Dungeon Master. It doesn't happen without you, man. So thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. This has been a lot of fun. All right, so we wake up.
It's fun because of the bend of it's not what I think of as D&D. There's so much like the whole tech thing and all the stuff is like, hold on a sec, is this a Dungeons and Dragons game? What is this?
Yeah, D&D is just the rules.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, we got our chocolate and our peanut butter pretty bad here tonight. But,
D&D is just the rules. The rest is up to Dave. Like
Yeah.
the rest,
and
the campaign, the setting, that's on him.
and I'm like I care not for following rules or going what rules is written and everything. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this. We're gonna have some fun.
I've watched this guy play different games in different settings, and he does it all like horror, sci-fi, fantasy. It's brilliant. So whatever he gives us is going to be amazing.
Yeah, gonna torture you. I'm just kidding. All right, so the next morning we wake up and there's a couple things on everybody's mind, right? It's like, okay, forgiveness from Freya. We got a dwarf artifact hunter that we have to hunt down. Right, there's a potions seller somewhere around here. We'll check in on iTwin a little bit later. How do you even want to start organizing this? Anybody got like a specific thing they want to do, or we want to just kind of let it ride?
Once again, tending to my beard in the mirror for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I've gone off and made sure that Maverick and Morgan are doing well. Gotta let Morgan do her thing and Maverick do his thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Make toilet.
I do believe she means toilet.
Yeah, I'm trying to be polite about it.
Yeah, you can be polite. You do you.
Yeah.
Then I'll...
not that like, the dog had to go take a shit. Like,
yay!
Is that what you want, you fucking animals? You just want to hear me say it?
Yay!
I actually like this a lot. So, Goophin, do you have any like perception, observation styled non-weapon proficiencies?
meaning what?
If there was like an awareness or like a spot hidden, let's take a peek at your character sheet and see what's in there.
Blind fighting.
Blind
survival.
There we go. I forgot names for a minute. Blind fighting and survival. That's what's in there.
I think you're thinking of like
Animal handling, swimming, and endurance.
alertness or something, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit, but like I don't mind trying to bend the rules a little. Like you guys don't get a ton of options,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like blind fighting is pretty applicable. I couldn't fight blind, but
Just do a perception check, and something like that sometimes works.
Yeah.
Because I've also been wondering how much Maverick can alert.
Sure.
Like I know what a real dog can alert to and what a horse can alert to.
Sure.
But I'm not sure how they play into this. Like when we were talking, it's like that's where I sort of said, well, Maverick's looking up like there's something weird going on.
Because that's a thing you would do.
Yeah, and when we were in the bar, like I was looking to see like is Jack's okay? Because Maverick's like, yeah, cool, put the bowl down. He seemed happy to eat. Whereas if it was something someone he didn't trust, he wouldn't have even wanted to eat.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I actually, I've come around on this. I like it. Survival or blind fight. Either one is fine if you want to go ahead and roll that.
What are we rolling for?
If you succeed, I'm going to give you some information. If you fail, you'll still see it, but you won't. Give you some information. Sorry. Trying to mute.
Do I roll next to that proficiency on the character sheet?
I think on the character sheet, if you're looking at the stream, I'm not sure. All the way at the end on the right, there's a little die. There's a little symbol there. Yeah. You should just be able to click that.
Blind fighting won't have a dice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, survival didn't roll either. Oh, yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Okay, the survival will roll.
Success.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Wait, wouldn't that just be an auto success? Because she has to be less than a 20?
Oh, does it not have anything tied in there?
Yeah, you've not got the roll there.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. What,
Survival is against. I'll look.
I assume wisdom?
I'll just be a moment. Proficiencies.
Oh, now that I finally got this multi-stream up, that's kind of cool looking. A little trippy, but...
Yeah.
You just have to chat in the right chat.
Yeah.
Survival is rolled against wisdom, yes.
Okay.
So, and then 0 modifier. So just roll a d20 and you want your wisdom or lower.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so go
So
ahead.
I'm rolling a d20.
Yeah, go ahead and roll one more d20 since we had that wrong, and I was clicking it at the same time, and we'll let whatever this roll is, that'll be the one.
So hold on, the same roll I just did, or hold on?
Just a roll of a 20, so that without the period. And then at some point later or off screen or something, we'll get your actual non-weapon proficiency squared away.
Okay. Well, I just did a 1d20, came up as a 7.
So that's made it.
Oh.
Surely your wisdom's 7 or
Good,
higher.
good. Yep, I see it there. Sorry, I didn't see it. You were one step ahead of me. Okay, so talk me through, and you have carte blanche for this scene. Who or what sees, quote unquote, the enemy first when there are several forms marching in quick succession in your direction?
Well, Morgan hears really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
So directionally, she'll alert to a sound. Maverick, depending on wind direction, smell, sound, and they're both pretty good. But he can alert to sense that he doesn't like if there's something new.
Yeah.
If he's familiar with it, he'll have an idea whether it's friend or foe based on his familiarity. Like if he smells a bear, that's a foe.
Right.
If he smells a sheep, he might get kind of excited because it's food.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
But if he smells a person, then he'll often look to me like, who are they, friend or foe? Like he's very much alerted to me being the direction for whether it's good or bad. He alerts me there's something.
Sure.
And if he doesn't know what it is, he'll look to me to see. If they're aggressive, he will want to move forward and make sure that I'm safe.
Okay.
Or Morgan's safe, or now our party's safe because we're all friends.
Cool. Yeah, so I think that's exactly how it plays down, and he does look at you. But I would say, you have the ability to kind of describe this, but he gives you a look of confusion a little more so than normal, right? I think that you get the sensation that he's like, I'm looking to you for my cues, but I have less information than I'm used to.
Yeah. Because sometimes he'll want to act and he'll look for permission, and then other times he's like, what is that?
Yeah, and this is definitely a what is that.
Okay.
So that cues you in to look, I imagine?
Yeah, or ask more, or because if it's a person and he'll go, what's that? Then I have instincts as well, or situationally some knowledge that he may or may not have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you get kind of cued in, and whether that's right, you and him working together, or you just kind of observing, because they move into range pretty quickly after your animals have heard them, right? And it's really just about like they're moving quietly and they were around a corner, but Or
if we're going through an area that I can't see, like if it's the woods and they're tracking us.
Sure.
So we still can't see them, but the horse keeps going, there's something over there, there's something over there, there's something, and the dog's looking over.
Sure.
But they're not seeing them.
Okay.
So we could be being followed by somebody.
Right. Yeah, I would say in this instance, it's like not to spoil it too much, but it's not actually a threat. It's just his awareness of like, a thing. So in quick succession, 7 of those, kind of like blue-green armored elves, right, in the hat plate and the blue cloaks all go by. They are followed by one that is the same armor, but the cloak is black with a gold trim at the bottom, which very clearly is demarcating some level of importance, as they are right out of step with everyone else, although keeping up. And they really they don't if they give you a look, you don't necessarily detect it outside of like, I am aware that person is looking in this direction. You know what I mean? They don't like all spot check you think kind of thing. But I'm curious how, if at all, you react.
They're elven?
Presumably. They have ears that poke out past the helmet there.
Arix, you have some sort of perception stuff. Do you sense
Mm.
anything?
Well, isn't this just when Alicia is outside with the animals and we're back?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this is just you.
Yeah, and they don't stop or give you any trouble or anything. You're aware of them. And
Okay.
if I'm taking your meaning, it's pretty early, isn't it?
Yeah, it's before we're heading up for whatever
Yeah.
we're doing. I think Alicia would just file it away. She's a very observant, not necessarily reactive.
Yeah.
And because Maverick seems okay, I just kind of just watch them, observe them, notice the differences, and then file it away and say, okay, we'll see what happens if we meet up with them again.
Sure.
It can be, hey, I saw you guys this morning or whatever.
I got scared. They're not threatening her. I got really scared for a minute there.
Yeah. The thing I want to make sure that you take away from this scene is that Maverick is still looking at you like, I'm confused.
Yeah. I don't know what the answer is, so I can't give him an answer.
Sure. Okay.
So that's why it gets filed away.
Yeah. Cool.
But we would both be on guard a little bit more the next time.
Yeah.
To see if we can perceive, like, is there any consistency is this just who they are?
Yeah. Okay.
They're dodgy people and we don't know who they are, or did I miss something the first time? I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to start a fight. So.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right. Unless anybody has anything different, party's back together, right? Everyone has tended to their beards or their, bathroom needs accordingly.
Yep. Make myself pretty for the day.
Absolutely.
I'm the face of the party, of course.
Where to?
I think you wanted to go to the potion shop, right?
Yeah.
Again, it's not an important thing, but just a curiosity. I just want to meet those guys because they said it was run by some halflings and we're in this elven society in this elven place. So I'm just kind of curious to talk to them for a start. Yeah. I don't think we can buy any potions.
Fine by me.
Yeah. And we'll try not to get them fired.
Yeah, let's be careful that we don't lose anyone their jobs today, guys.
Yeah. Any wires, I'm not pulling them.
I'll leave the ladder outside.
Yeah, leave the ladder outside the shop. That's a good idea. They've probably got their halflings. They've probably got their own ladders inside the shop already.
Right thinking.
Well, at some point or other, I thought maybe trying to strap the ladder to Morgan.
Battering ram?
Oh, yeah, we could.
Just to carry, so she can carry it.
You could use it for extra carrying because you can hang things from it, and you can have things all the way along it hanging.
Nice.
Oh, I don't want to hurt her back or anything,
Well, she's a strong little pony.
I mean, if you insist, we can
Has
do it.
anyone ever played Buckaroo? Do you remember Buckaroo?
No.
No, never played.
Oh, maybe it's like a British thing. So it's like a kid's board game, but it's not a board game. It's like a horse, right? Or a donkey, actually, it is. And you've got to stack all these items on it. And it's like, I don't know if there is a ladder, but there's like a hat and a rope and all these items. And eventually it pops up and all the things go shooting off. And I'm just picturing this horse with this ladder and all these things strapped to it.
It's a version of operation.
When she spooks, just going, all this shit.
You guys hearing that rain?
A little bit.
Oh, God, it's coming down like big.
Is that what that is?
It's big fat droplets bashing up against my window. It's killing me.
Yeah, I hear that. That's mad.
Yeah. I don't know how to mute it. Damn. I want it.
Oh, mate, it's extra ambience, extra atmosphere. It's scary.
Yeah, with my non-weapon proficiencies of weather sense, I definitely heard the rain.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely did. I wish you'd given me a little warning. Damn.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right. So potion shop to the morning market. So, probably because it's 6 p.m. my time and I'm getting hungry, what's the street food situation like? What's people, what are you eating, guys? What's for snacks? We getting some rice, right? And, curry, or, we putting an egg on it, or what's going on?
Oh, well, we'll see what the situation is with the street food, yeah, because I'm interested in mingling with the people and just hearing the conversations and.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody got any special requests for breakfast, or you mostly just we hand wave it and people eat, life goes on?
I mean, if you don't got the lucky charms, but
I don't.
I'll take
Yeah.
some oatmeal.
Okay, yeah, classic. What's breakfast for a barbarian tribe member like?
Meat.
Yeah,
Steak.
yeah, that makes sense. Is that
Bloody.
like?
Meat with a little raw on the side for Maverick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that like last night's dinner becomes breakfast, or is that like stuff that's been roasting or jerky?
Anything that is edible.
Yeah.
I'm not fussy. I've been on the road a while, so
Sure.
I've learned to eat well when I can and scrimp what I can't.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, and then for you, Arix, what's this like?
Whatever street food is available. So, if there's someone like roasting an animal or whatever, like I'll get a bit of that or whatever's going. Like
Sure.
you say we're in a market part of town, so there must be some street food. I want to just eat
Yeah.
whatever's going.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they're definitely gonna have. I read about this one time. I have never had it. It was like a I think it was like a Korean pancake where like halfway through cooking it, they would like pick up the end with tweezers and then they'd like crack an egg into that, right? And then they'd like sometimes they'd put stuff up in that. That sounded really good. I wanted to try that.
Okay, so like a scrambled egg, fried egg pancake thing.
Yeah, but I'm a cheater because you're vegan and I'm doing the ovo lacto thing.
But not in game. My character's not going to be, so
Yeah.
he'll eat whatever's going. Like he'll try and get something nice. Like if there's someone with some like cooked fish or cooked meat or whatever seems good that's around, he's going to have.
Yeah, that's fair. I definitely think there would be a lot of fish, and I'm imagining like duck too, like seabird, some kind of seabird. But,
whatever seems to be the local delicacy, he's going to go for. Like,
yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe that pancake with like a little fish too. Sounds
cool,
good.
nice. Yeah, he's gonna have that. So he's a bard. He's a man of culture. He wants to try all the different things of different cultures. So he'll eat that.
Yeah. Okay. Making your way over to the like the potion shop. It actually when you reach it, you can see that it has like a very like generic sort of feel. Like it's not a. It doesn't feel like a mom and pop shop. It looks like it rolled off the presses. Does that make sense?
You mean like a chain store?
Yeah, it feels like a chain store. Yeah. And
Okay,
it says
franchise.
it says in big wood burned letters, the Consortium.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
Which kind of backs that whole thing up.
What's
We're
that?
generic. It backs it up. We're generic. We're called the Consortium.
Yeah. And this is another great like Bardic Lore check for Oliver to hit because he's a traveled man from around the world.
Yeah, right. So I'm rolling just a percentage check at level 1. I get 5%, right?
Yeah.
I could do it on a D20.
Yeah.
I did it on a D100. I failed.
Okay.
I don't know.
You've got the feeling in the back of your head, your mouth, whatever, right? You're like, I feel like I've heard this name before. I'm pretty sure. I was like, you're like pretty sure you're like either this is the front, right, or it used to be a front, or these guys rolled with a front for a while, right? Like one of those things is true, but you can't place your finger on it. But that's that's the angle you're coming in at. You're like something about this is not true.
Okay, something fishy about this.
Yeah, absolutely. Head on in.
Yeah.
All right. In you go.
I'll leave the ladder outside. By the way.
Thank you for that. There are it's early. It's early, so I think there's only one other person in the bar the store. But there are 2 proprietors, and they are halflings. And they very quickly and eagerly introduce themselves to you all as Leon and Lara Tulper.
Hello there, Leon, Laura.
They're like, hi, hey, hello, welcome. This is another fabulous branch of the Consortium here to bring you potions.
Oh, is this like a married couple or like a brother and sister thing? Or what?
Yeah, and he looks at her and he's like got the biggest grin on her face, and she's like, ugh, yes, we're married.
Well, congratulations.
It's
Just
a
like,
nice
you wouldn't be
story.
congratulating me if you met him, if you knew him, if you lived with him as long as I did.
I say it's a nice story you've got here, Lara and Leon. It's very nice to meet you.
She smiles. Thank you kindly.
Something about this store tells me that perhaps it's not unique and that maybe it's one of a group. I get a kind of vibe from it.
Absolutely correct. Yes, the consortium's here to move things around as they should. And she smiles, and there's like there's so much behind the surface of that sentence.
So slightly out, just remembering if I remember correctly, Dave, you mentioned that it's illegal to sell or trade things in Elfinland, but not on these islands, correct?
So dwarves are not allowed to sell on the Elven Islands.
Okay.
Anyone can purchase things, right? Like, so dwarves can go purchase things. That's fine. Technically speaking, I think that if you went after like the laws, you would probably find that no one besides elves are allowed to, but most other people and places have been able to secure some kind of trade writ or agreement, right? Just like at a take 10 assumption, the dwarves have so much power to move items through like their railway, that you assume that if this agreement is made in like honest faith, it's to keep from like undercutting, right, and protecting from a monopoly. You being a completely outside party may very well assume that this is just because the elves are kind of racist.
But so when they say move things as they should be moved, possibly dwarves could sell things here.
You are inferring that they perhaps do not agree with and they will actually, like, especially if you kind of like give them that eye, like, oh, what does that mean, right? If you look like you're interested, Lara kind of rolls up and she's like, she nods and she's like, what's interesting is if you ever go to the Shire, there's no boundaries, right? Things are what they are. Land doesn't have lines.
So true.
So these halflings have permission from the elves to have a shop here.
You can ask them.
So you have permission to sell here from the council, the government?
Yeah, she kind of throws her hands up, and Leon steps in and says, technically, we're only here under the auspices of the consortium. The consortium has been able to arrange a deal. I quite think that the powers that be in the Elven lands don't like us one bit, probably because of our very outspoken nature of the stupidity of borders.
But perhaps the consortium is such a big and powerful and rich organization that they were able to strike a deal with the elves. Does that perhaps ring a bell?
Oh, that might just be the answer. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You've sussed it out quite quickly. And
All
I know
right,
you're
okay.
in the market for a potion.
Well, I'm a little bit tapped out on money, actually. Like, my companions here, they
my
didn't come to town.
goodness.
We came to town when not all of us had money, and I've been kind of like looking after the three of us, just because, that's the kind of man I am at heart. I'm a philanthropist. I like to look after the people, I'm a man of the people, so...
What a terrible thought, a man without money. Hey, what if I was able to help you?
What kind of help could a good halfling like you give a humble man like me?
He looks you up and down. He says, something about the way you carry yourself tells me that you're going to be here for a while. Something tells me that you're going to stir up some business, some opportunities, perhaps some trouble.
Now, trouble perhaps not, but I mean, I'm certainly always looking to stir up a business opportunity. I mean, I'm a businessman.
Yeah, I thought so. So here's what I've done. Well, okay, so maybe I haven't done it, but our proprietor, our founder, my family member, Tolper the First, he had a fun little agreement with an adventurer out on the Tomoto Islands, and they were able to swap potions back and forth. So I think the game went, I give you something, and then maybe later you will give me something. And as long as that is found to be amicable, well, we don't need to bring coin and ink into this.
A good faith agreement.
You've got it exactly.
Oh, well, I've got some pretty nice soap that I wouldn't mind parting with.
Yeah, and Lara kind of slides up alongside you, goes, how good does it smell? Because honestly, I need some help around here. I am not kidding. This is not a joke, ma'am.
And Winnie will pull out some of the shavings in her little pouch. Well, I think it smells pretty all right. You know, it's made from like goat's milk. It's got a little bit of like honey added into it.
Yes, I'm desperate. I need something more powerful. Please, please. Tell me this was made with arcane hands.
Oh, I don't know about all that. I mean, I've definitely blessed it with Freya's blessing, but you're welcome to it if you need it.
Yes, thank you.
When
Oh my
blessed
goodness.
soap.
Yeah. If you can go, can you get me like a 3-pound block of this? We could have something here. You and I could make some money. Now, I haven't. What?
I have 5 pounds in my backpack.
Oh, really? Well, how much would that run me?
Just 1 pound in my backpack.
Oh,
But I also have a pound of soap.
just like,
Now,
I get it. You tricked me.
no, I have a pound of soap here as well. So perhaps Winnie could bless this as well. Shave this and bless my soap. And then you've got twice as much.
Powers of Freya be upon this soap.
And I have some soap in my pack as well. If it's
Oh,
on the pony, I'd have to go outside and get it.
we are soap rich. We are soap rich. Bless
Nobody
this
wanted
soap.
to be silly.
So every game needs like an emote, right? Every game needs a meme. It needs an in joke, right? Like, and you never really know like what's going to be the thing that takes off and what doesn't, you know. And it's like the weird little guy with like the puppet strings was kind of funny, right? Like, oh, but the soap, man, bless this soap.
Bless this soap.
Bless this soap. That's what I'm saying. That's
I love how we all had soap. Like it was like we all knew it was going to come up. Like that blessed soap was going to be a thing.
it's good. Everyone knew. Everyone knew. Yeah. So obviously,
Hashtag blessed soap.
hashtag bless it. Brew, you can obviously like, well, all of you can say, you know, if you'd rather not, but like I can definitely see a world where the pound that both Arix and Alicia, am I saying that right? Alicia?
Yep.
Alicia are made by Brew, right? And then have like been broken off.
Sounds good.
They don't have to be though, but it'd be funny if they were. Right?
No, yeah, that's cool.
Like, is that a thing? Winnie does is like make soap on the regular, or is it just from the church?
Oh no, I just buy soap.
Oh,
She just shaves bits off and blesses it and puts it in a
Nice.
little bag and carries blessed soap.
nice. Okay. That's
I've
good.
heard of blessing a lot of things, but not necessarily soap.
She doesn't have money.
Bless this soap. Okay.
But what I got is blessed soap, buddy.
Yeah. All right. So are you gonna sell the soap? Are you gonna give her some, or are you just gonna make a deal for like down the road?
Well, I mean, I don't need no money, but perhaps we can work something out.
Okay.
I do know we're in the market for some information if you've got it.
Certainly. Yeah. What are you looking to know? How can I help?
Well, so a couple things. We're wondering if you've seen a dwarf like me. Of course, probably not as pretty, but a man, and we're wondering if you've heard anything about the old Dwarven roads, how we might be able to access them.
Just like come into the back room real quick. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Bring your friends, right? And Leon's over there. He's like, okay, so what you need to understand about this potion is like, so I'm going to sell this potion to you for free right now, but I need you to understand that the cost and the reagents, right, the shipping and handling, right, I have slaved over this potion, right, and I will, right, and he's like been going on and on about how much of a favor he's doing for you, right, like he's getting kind of irritating about it, but as it stands, you might get a potion out of the deal. So I don't know how much you're floating him in this conversation.
I mean, if I get a chance to weigh in on the conversation, I'll be turning on the charm, of course.
Okay.
Always.
At its simplest, are you good with if he gives you a potion now, you owe him a potion later?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I've got no qualms about taking that debt on.
Okay. Nice.
I'm not some paladin that'll be like, no, I'm not going to be indebted to you, sir. No, absolutely not. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that free potion. Yeah,
Sure.
fucking right. I'll pay you back, bro. 100%. Don't you worry about that.
All right. So, you're gonna roll a D6 first. We're going right off the magic item table.
Sick. Good luck, mate.
All right. 1.
Roll
Okay.
the 1.
And then a D20, please.
20.
Oh my
Holy
god.
Damn. Okay.
Is that good on this table?
It is DM's choice.
So
yes.
yeah.
So yes.
Come on, Dave. Man.
Yes,
Happy birthday,
is.
Dave. I love you, bro.
We'll cut back to that scene in a second. He's like, okay, we have entered this bargain. You and I are in agreement. Leon Tulper and Arix, no last name given, are going to commence with the great potion swap. And he turns around, he goes to a little box that he's pulled out from underneath, the counter, and he opens it up, and there's just like shining red and gold coming out of it, like from fucking Pulp Fiction. And we cut away. Were you who's going into the back room with Winnie? Alicia, did you want to go as well?
I could go in the back room.
Okay.
Oh, if you want to come, I don't mind the company.
Yeah.
Well, she did say to bring a friend, so we don't want to offend you.
Yeah, I mean, am I being presented with this potion in the front room and can't come through, or can I also come through?
If we want to cut later to you being back there, that's fine. I just don't have the potion decided yet, so.
That's fine. I'll come with the guys just now then.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So she's like, you gotta be cool about those old roads. That's a secret.
Oh, but I'm a dwarf. I mean, I don't think it'd raise any suspicion that I know about the old dwarven roads,
Agreed. You might not want to let people know that you're telling people about them, though, because if the wrong people get into those roads and we don't have a supply anymore, hidden from the elves, that might be trouble.
Oh, I got that. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a sneak.
New to the game, aren't you? And she gives you one of those.
How'd you know? Yes,
Oh, they're sneaky halflings.
You liar! You little
Sneakies.
Yes. Yeah, it's very very sneaky.
But I'm getting a free potion, so I don't mind.
Yeah. And they say another dwarf. I don't. Certainly a few dwarves over the last few months, but I don't remember anyone in particular. No one that stood out. No one like you. Did we lose someone? Do you know if he came by the way?
Oh, I have reason to believe that he did, yes.
Very well. Well, if he didn't come up through, like the customs, there's a few passageways that lead further in. You could either sweep the road itself, it could take a while, or you can check some of the safe houses.
I mean, I think we've got the time to spare too if we wanted to sweep the area, but we could start with the safe houses. What do you guys think?
Well, I'll look at Winnie and say that you've got the most knowledge here. I think I want to let you you decide. We've got time for all of it. You will do all of it, but I think the safe house is definitely a place to start looking for sure. I'm 100% behind that.
Rightio. I think then we can start with the safe houses if you want to be so kind as to tell us where they are, and we'll keep it on the. What did you say? The down low.
Yeah,
Hush, hush, yeah.
she tugs on her ear and she waggles the end of her pant leg, right? Sure, I understand. Do you need anything else before you go? Because I'm afraid I'm going to have you leave through the back. I need to have a conversation with the other customers in the store, make sure nothing got misunderstood, perhaps.
Oh, I think my friend Arix is just waiting for his potion.
I
Don't
want
know.
to see what this potion is. Yeah, that you're so kindly gonna give me on credit.
And I'm just gonna like tug my earlobe as I say that, like as if it's some secret.
Sure, absolutely.
I love that. In our first session, we've got someone demoted from their job, and I've got a tick bill in a shop already.
That seems about right.
Credit in a store.
And we've traded some bliss, so
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. I think. Well, so one of the things with the trading of the potions is that Tulper doesn't always know what he's sending or what he's receiving. So sometimes he's having people sample the product. So I am gonna say, the one he gives you. He says, "Okay, I did just a quick investigation on this. Don't drink it. It's the only thing I can be certain of. It's an oil of some kind. Now you're gonna want to take a minute, apply it onto like an inanimate object, or like a frog or something maybe, right? Something that's not you, and kind of observe what happens. And then take notes, report back to me, because this was in a 4-pack, so I want to know what the rest of them do."
Okay, so I will stand back into the center of the shop, and I will pull out a coin.
Oh, he's
from
not
my...
here. Not here. No, not here. No.
Okay,
You take that into some dead part of the town. You're going to the safe house? Take it to the safe house. That seems fine.
Okay, so we're going to investigate what this is later. Thank you for this mystery oil of something.
Yeah, I would say it's fiery red.
Ooh, okay. And what kind of bottle? Like in a glass bottle, or?
Yeah. Like a real heavy bottomed like vial with a cork stopper.
Okay, I've added mystery oil to my character sheet.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I wonder what happens if you... maybe if we mix blessed soap with it, it's going to be kind of like a Molotov.
Goodness. All right.
It'll be a bubble bomb.
Soap Molotov.
Any other scenes, questions in the markets, or are you just cutting over to the safe house?
I think we might need to replenish our soap.
Yeah, we might need to buy some more soap
Easy.
if we're using it as currency.
Yeah, if there's any like farmers around or something that I can maybe freeload some off of for like a blessing or two.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, they got there's like a line of sick goats that need some medicine checks.
Oh yeah.
I remember Bruce's character Kit. You're a peasant. What is it? A peasant something?
Hero.
Peasant hero. Yeah. So she gets like free room and board anywhere she goes from the peasants, don't you? So you can probably get free soap just by like asking for it.
Right.
Oh, probably, but I don't want to impose and just take it from them. You know, they're.
Well, between Brew and Goophin, there's a lot of animal and healing expertise there.
Well, let's go, Alicia. Let's go get some of that soap there by doing some good works for Freya.
Yo, Dirty's on it, man. Is this a soap opera? 100%.
I know.
I'm fucking dying.
Hashtag blessed soap, mate. That's what
Hashtag
it's all
blessed
about.
soap opera. We got there.
Oh, mate, it's the blessed soap opera. We've got a new stream title. Not Island of the Stars. It's the blessed soap opera.
Right? Oh, that's so good. Okay. Yeah, so I want to flash back to that scene, right? Is actually having the conversation, making some of those rolls, because I want a cliffhanger at the safe house. Is everybody cool with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So you approach an otherwise normal looking 3-story elvish building, right? Very 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 domestic, right, in its design, but still like sleek and pretty elegant. Nothing out toward seems off, right? Like the curtains are right, like the hedges are clean and trimmed, right? But it's a safe house. It is on the corner, right? So corner lot, slightly less desirable, but you know that like this is the place, you know what I mean? You double check, right? It's like, oh, there's a purple shutter right on the north side of the house, third story up. That's how you'll know it, kind of thing. Like, this is the one. But there's not like anybody waiting out front for you either.
Guess we go up to it. Go up to it and have a look. Then, like, can we see in the windows or what?
Yeah, you can get right up there.
Well, we'll have a look in the window.
Sure. It has every sign of having been lived in, except the keen eye would notice, right? Like, clear, it's not, right? Like,
Okay.
table set kind of thing, right? Like the house has stuff, right? It's not like barren and decrepit, but there's nobody there, certainly.
So, Winnie, bring your ladder over and have a look.
Aye, okay.
So, so yeah, it looks like I guess there's like signs of like the plates are laid on the table to eat, but there's dust on it or something like that, and we can tell.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What do you make of this then?
Oh,
Alicia
like
will
it's a
hold the
house.
ladder to make sure she doesn't fall.
oh, I'm not getting up on it. No.
Oh, I thought you might need the ladder to get up and see the window, because you're the dwarf.
I'm 3'8". How high is this window? Can I tippy toe and see it?
Yeah, why are you... I'm fine with it, but why are you the one that's coming up to look?
No, I was just making a joke about the dwarf and her ladder. That's all, really. I looked in the window. It's all good.
Okay. Yeah, what's the plan?
We go in and look, guys.
I don't know why we can't just knock on the door.
Yeah.
You can. You want to knock on the door?
We don't
I'm
want to
knocking
appear
on the door.
breaking in first off.
No. Yeah. Okay. That's a good point. Yeah, we should just try and knock on the door first.
Alicia, do you mind watching Maverick and making sure he doesn't see anything, hear anything?
He seems okay. I'll stay outside though, or off with the animals just to make sure.
Can I entrust my ladder to you?
You can.
Alrighty, I'll go up and knock on the door.
Okay. Did you have... I think we already asked. You didn't have like an awareness non-weapon proficiency earlier, did you?
I have... No.
Okay.
Weather sense is all I have.
The weather seems cloudy with a chance of danger.
Oh, lovely. Before we go into the safe house, I guess I want to test out this oil that I've been given. So, can I do that before we go in?
I mean, you certainly can.
What I would like to do to test it is then put a coin on the ground and just drip it onto the coin.
Sure.
Little bit of drip hit the coin.
Yeah.
And jump back, I guess.
Very quickly, as you've dripped it out, there seems to be a fire starting, right? Against all odds. Just instantaneously, this burning, this boiling. And I think it starts to, like, melt the coin.
Nice. Napalm style. Right,
You can burn away locks and stuff with that.
Okay, so while the lid's still off, I'm gonna take a couple of... If Winnie doesn't mind giving me a couple of flakes of blessed soap, I'm gonna drop a couple of flakes of blessed soap in this. Just because, I mean, I can only make it better, right?
Well, it certainly won't hurt it any.
And then
I'm gonna reach in my pouch and scrounge up the last bits of my soap flakes to hand over.
Thank you so much.
Aye.
Honest, I believe that this blessed soap is going to be the magic ingredient. I think we have a powerful weapon here, but this blessed soap is going to make it the one. So I drop in the blessed soap and I put the cap back on.
Nice. Yeah, and you, like, even the brief moment where it's open, right, it's like fizzing and popping and starting to get hot. You can smell like the acrid sort of burning, right? That metallic sort of exhaust.
Okay.
Cool. So definitely some kind of burning oil, fiery oil.
Nice. So I'll change my character sheet to reflect that.
Yeah. Okay. And then so that kind of test was happening as everyone was making sure they didn't hear anything at the door. So you knock, you've waited a few minutes, but no one has come.
Hello.
Is there a window in the door so we can look through? Do we get another can we see anything else from another angle from this?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can try a bunch of different windows, but every room seems to be empty.
Maybe there's a back door that we can go knock on.
Alicia and
Sure,
Maverick
walk
go around
around the side of the house.
Go around
I'll be
back
back in 1 second.
Yep. Goophin, you said you're going around back?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Maverick just to see if there's anything that he smells or senses.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely giving you the signs of, like, I can tell there's something in there, right? But I think that he's probably struggling to give it any kind of definition.
So are there windows that I can look in the back as well? Give me a different view?
Yeah, the house is definitely, set to look normal. So it's like certainly some windows are pulled or the shades are drawn or the curtains are there, right? But like you can even get it an angle and everything. Right as you're kind of going up to it, he gives you whatever the indication of is like they're moving, and then they're moving in different directions.
Oh.
Like he hears them moving?
I'm back.
Yeah, or can smell them or something. Yeah. So we've got
But more than one.
Yeah, we've got multiple creatures in the house, and they're moving in different directions. What's the plan?
Okay. Alicia goes around to the other side. Like we had the front and the back. Let's cover all the sides.
Sure.
What kind of creatures are they?
I'm not sure yet.
We don't know. Maverick just alerted to something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So checking out those windows. Anything else? Any sounds or?
Yeah, I think then. Hold on, let me slide you over to a map because I just want to. This is going to be our cliffhanger. So.
Oh yes, puppet guy.
Oh, get out of here! Get out of here, you weirdo!
I love Puppet Guy.
Way out of the house too. Surprise.
I twin.
Hi, twin.
No.
So just real simply, right? Real simply, house, windows. Tell me where people are at, and then I'll drop the front door here. Front door.
Well, I think I'm off on the top side because that's where I was. Or I can come back to the front. I'm unsure whether we should all be in the same place or whether I stay because I have to report back that Maverick sensed something.
Look at that token. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're all up at the front.
Yeah, the pony's farthest away, just so that they're protected. But Maverick and I are kind of side by side.
Okay.
And I was just hooting and hollering at the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at the front door with Winnie.
Yeah, no, you're all good. Hold on, I did not load this in yet. I was a fool, so I'm loading it in now.
Oh, goof. So to put your character on the map,
Runestone Gaming in the house. What's up?
do I need that?
Character sheet, and then drag your name onto the map, and it'll put your token there.
Oh damn! What are these?
So I'm gonna make them larger. They are not that large. This is just for visibility.
There we go.
Ooh.
Right as you're like, hello, right? Like hitting the door, trying to like make them do the thing, they'll bust out of the windows at once. And then one comes right through the little window frame right there. So when we start our next game, I'm not going to do it now. We're gonna take our next 2 weeks research, make sure everyone's good on combat. We're gonna hit our initiative, and then we're going to start right back up with combat because we've got ourselves some dust methods here that are very
Dust
unhappy.
methods.
Very unhappy.
Oh, so cool, Dave.
Yeah, as they just all come pouring out of this thing with these crazy elongated impish like faces, laughing and cackling like gremlins, right? When they're actually gremlins.
Did they bust through or did they like phase through?
Oh no, they broke right through the glass. They threw glass shrapnel everywhere.
Oh,
They mean
We go
business.
into a safe house that has bad things in it.
Yeah. And
Not
if,
like your friend.
and if you haven't gotten the joke, right, they need a good cleaning.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some like soap.
Yeah, it's coming out.
yeah, because they're dust methods.
Not today, Satan.
Not today,
Blessed
Dirt Satan. Yes, yes.
So good. Okay, we did it. Oh, goodness.
Oh, I can't wait. Right.
Dude.
Thank y'all
I
so
imagine
much.
werewolves, you hold up the cross, the silver, whatever. No, with the dust boys, you hold up the bar.
Soap.
Get the soap. Get the soap, boys.
Blessed soap time.
Oh, that's too funny.
Get the soap, boys.
Oh, dude. So sick, mate.
All right, we love it. We're doing it. It's here. It's here to stay.
Get the soap, boys.
Get the soap, boys. Thank y'all so much for playing. This is a great start. Great session 1. Good group. Great role play. Weird fucking world. I'm super excited to get back into it.
Dave, thanks so much for being the DM.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is already like living up to the expectations and so much more.
Oh,
Yeah,
good,
it's been
good.
so much fun.
Good. I'm so glad.
We have to wait 2 weeks.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait 2 weeks, but I better see you right back here. We're gonna have another multi-stream, I think, or maybe we're gonna condense. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, let's talk about what we're going to do. We'll talk about that over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever
But
we're
anyway.
gonna do, there's gonna be a stream. It's gonna have all of us. We're gonna clean some methods. Gonna make them squeaky clean.
Yep. But anyway, so if we're ending the stream, I need to work out who I'm raiding.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want, I can raid you, Oliver, and then that way we can do a combined raid.
Do a combined raid together. Okay, so let's all raid each other, and then we'll combine other viewers into one.
Nice, nice.
Who have we got? Okay. And we'll take turns picking who we raid each week then, guys. So I'll pick this week, right?
All right, I like
Sounds
it.
good.
I like it. Where'd my chat go? Where'd my chat go? Thanks y'all for watching. This was super exciting.
Yeah.
I hope you liked what you saw. We're gonna be back. Yep, just like we said, in 2 weeks. And
In 2 weeks.
we're gonna have more dust methods to clean and more potions to swap. All right. Yeah, thank you. Raiding here in just a sec. Oh, you raided on over. All right, I'm going to disconnect from my end as well.
All right, have a good one.
Welcome, raiders.